Hello for everyone watching. We apologise for the delay. I attempted to use YouTube's new beta 1440p resolution and it had a lot of problems, so I just had to downgrade and sort all of that back out. But for those of you who are watching, those who are new, this is The Last Beginning, our 5th edition D&D actual play campaign. And joining me today, I have Johannes, who plays Samwell.
Hello.
I have Ben, who plays Dalen. I have
plays Concordia.
Hunter, who plays Riktor. Jacob
Greetings.
plays Jack. Harun as Markus, and Rebecca as
Hello.
Nala. In the last session, after they had spent some time hunting down a serial killer, they finally met him. He was a powerful mage, and in a very deadly battle they eventually subdued him. By subdue I mean kill. And took his head back to claim the bounty, at which they were granted a lot of money, and as a dying old judge's wish, his house, which the legal ongoings for ownership are still being resolved.
It's the biggest case Current Steg has ever seen.
Welcome to episode 1 of Law and Dragons.
Yeah, this is
After
the legal battle is the next few episodes.
After
I use compel. It is my house now.
After speaking to Captain Giles, he said some somewhat worrying words to Samwell and Riktor after informing them that the Lord Marshal is currently recruiting mercenaries and bounty hunters, and that he had recommended them to him. And so, we'll get back to where we were, shall we? It was late at night. You guys, Riktor and I believe Dalen, I think, were at the new house.
Have I woken up?
We'll get to that in a minute. Oh, and I do apologise. Last session I made a small mistake, which meant that actually Jack did not die, but was in fact just unconscious.
It was just very dramatic. We all thought he was dead.
I wanted to see if anybody loved me. Right, I wanted to see if anybody actually cared if I died. The answer is no, you dumped me at a fucking hospital and fucked off to your own house. I remember
me,
it.
Harun, and me and Markus and Samwell came back to see how you were doing.
Don't use your logic against me. I'm dead.
And then we promptly left again, though.
No, I stayed there. I just fell
we're there
asleep
now.
in my bed.
We're all there now. I'm just peeking through the windows.
Are we? We're all there? Okay.
Yeah.
I have my herbal tea.
Like, are we? Like, yes, this isn't the Church of Concordia. This is the Church of
The Church of Kemba. You stay here.
Kembal. Yeah.
Gotta pay. You stay.
Anyway.
That's a good point to pick up on. So you guys have all travelled back to the Church of Kembar to check on what's happening with Jack. And as you walk in, the head priest kind of goes up to you and goes, "Now, we've been trying for several hours, and the spell was not working for some reason, and we realised that your friend, he wasn't dead, he was just had a very, very faint pulse. We greatly apologise for the mistake. We feel somewhat embarrassed that we've wasted 3 hours attempting to bring back your friend. I'll go fetch the gold for the materials quickly, because none of them fortunately were actually consumed." And he goes back and he kind of hands over your foundry gold. It's just like, "Your friend is resting up. He should be fine within the next 4 hours or so. We've just given him some light healing and nutrients, although he does still seem to be burned rather badly, but other than that." And he kind of takes you into a room where Jack is currently sleeping, with a noticeable snore now.
I cast daylight. No, I don't.
You want to get hit? Because that's how you get hit. I found a new target for my eye other than Markus now, it seems.
Oh, God. Just need a Dalen back.
Waiting outside.
Yeah.
Knocking occasionally.
Okay.
Right.
I mean,
Just staring at him like, yep, that is old man Jack.
Okay.
Markus, poke him.
You want me to poke him? No, I don't think that's a good idea. We should just let him sleep. He did have what I'd like to say is a what happens when old people fall asleep? They die. What happens?
We shouldn't laugh. He's sick.
Let's just let him sleep quietly.
You fuckers be happy I can't hear this.
Sneak.
Yeah, also, Alex, I asked you a question in Roll20.
Oh, did you? Sorry, I was sorting some other stuff out. Let me scroll to the very bottom.
I'm very much in need of some sleep. So
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
gonna
you have.
head upstairs and
Markus has.
Okay. So, can I obviously tell that it's evil?
Well, so one of them seems like a relatively normal spellback, actually, the larger tome one. Examining the small one, it's written in a language you can't understand. It actually only has a few pages in it.
Okay.
And
what does the book? What does the small book look like?
so the small book is a dark black leather binding with just a red circle on the front.
Okay. So yeah, like the poster child for evil book syndrome. Okay.
Poster child.
Where are you looking at this?
In secret, I think.
I'm looking for this outside Jack's room. Yeah. And
Are you
it's just-
outside the building?
and this was like much earlier in the 3 hours that they were trying to fix Jack. Yeah. So.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna head to Captain Giles' office.
Hey, so if you were, to be fair, it wouldn't have taken you long to examine the books. So yeah, you can do that within the same 3 hours.
Oh, okay. Cool.
So you head up to Captain Giles, and you knock on his door, and he opens the door. Well, you hear shout through. Who is it?
It's Markus. Open up, Captain.
Come in and be brief.
I will be brief. I require a meeting with the head of Cornsteg's Mages Guild. And I'd like your help to arrange it.
This is not my business.
Would you know how I would get in touch with such a person?
Go to the Mages Guild reception. Or whatever.
Yes.
There's plenty of members.
What's the name of the head, the current head?
Just scroll down to find where I wrote that down. Maybe I didn't write it down because it doesn't seem to be here.
Time to make up a name.
Yep. In which case,
Roll
it is.
Fizzlebeef.
It is
Giles really scratches his head.
Yeah,
What
he's
was
just
that
like,
guy's
I should know the name of that guy. He's one of the people on the council.
Literally, I'm just like, hey, Giles, you got this for me? And he's just like,
I definitely thought I had it written down.
It's like, God, have I seen that person before? It's like, I don't know.
What's his race, Alex?
His race is human, like the vast majority of people here. But let me just quickly. I'm pretty sure I had this guy's name written down. Oh well, his name's Arzal Mudandi.
Azel Mudandi.
Yep, Arzal Mudandi.
Okay.
His name's Arzal.
Thank you, Giles.
You'll recognize
I
him.
wouldn't-
He's got a.
I wouldn't.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, he's very easy to recognize.
Sorry.
Okay. Do you mind telling me just what he looks like, just a little bit?
He wears long red robes, blonde hair, surprisingly young. He is only in his early 40s, whereas most heads of the Mages Guild have normally been urging towards the 60s, even at the youngest, so quite talented. And
Let's see.
carries a kind of surprisingly well-trimmed beard. Yeah. Just under 6 foot tall. You'll
Thank you, Captain.
recognise him by the glamorous staff and large tome and all sorts he's got hanging around him.
Yes. Thank you, Captain. I wouldn't ask, but this is important. And then I'm gonna leave and bid him good day. You know?
Okay.
And head towards the Mages Guild, I guess.
Okay, you head towards the Mages Guild.
You need to scroll down. I don't know if you have already. And roll 20.
Oh. What?
Alex.
So,
Yeah, all we see is like Dalen, 6 daylights.
I learned how to cast the sun.
I am
Jack.
scrolled down. I just see
Good
that you've rolled for a dagger. Oh,
Yeah,
in
sorry,
the other
that's-
in the other chat. Sorry. Yes. Thank you.
Not that. Like, ignore this mysterious dagger.
I apologise for those watching due to the
That's my own little
delays.
game.
There have been a couple hiccups trying to get stuff sorted out as rapidly as possible.
Trying to play five-finger fillet.
Okay, so what are the rest of you doing during the 3 hours?
I'm sleeping in my new house.
Okay.
Where am I?
I can't remember where you went. You're in the city, so you can basically be where.
I went to the temple, but I couldn't go inside.
Yeah, you
So
were
I guess
outside.
I
so
waited outside, and if no one came out, then I would have gone to the house.
Okay, so you're all there in the house at the moment, and
And I would have read my book.
oh,
In Hunter's house.
there you go.
My herbalism book.
Mark off 3 more hours.
Fantastic.
In several months, you will be proficient in herbalism.
No, very soon.
Well,
Take a few days off.
it's a series of 10
Solid
books.
reader.
And you're on the first one.
It's like, man, it's a good thing elves are immortal.
I don't have to
I'm
sleep.
sleeping at the temple.
You're sleeping in the temple. Okay, so I guess I'll just do more Marcus is doing at the Mages Guild then. So
At 4 in the
you turn
morning
up to
in
the
Mages
you turn up to the Mages Guild. It's pretty, from what I remember, it's pretty late. The fact that Giles was still in his office is a testimony to how much work this man does.
Oh, poor Giles, man. I feel sorry for him. Anyway, I'm gonna walk forward and I'm gonna knock on the door, to the guild.
You knock loudly, and you wait a few
Yeah.
moments. Fortunately, because it's not getting into the wee hours of the morning, after about a minute, door opens, and you see the same young boy, who was not a young boy, young man, who was at the office early, and he looks and goes, can I help you?
Yes, young man, you remember me from before. I require a meeting with Archmage Arzal Mudandi.
Looks and goes, I can arrange that, but
As soon as possible.
I'm not sure whether he'll meet with you, as you're currently not allowed inside the guild, if I remember correctly.
Tell him it would be in his best interests to meet with me. I had something that I'd like to return to him.
Could
That
you
sounds like a threat.
could you tell me the subject of the meeting? It might help you. If he's a busy man. He doesn't want to. I don't think he would want to waste his time, or want to think he might be wasting his time.
It pertains to the recent string of murders and one man by the name of Callian Corvus.
He kind of goes, Callian. He kind of looks surprised for a second, and then goes, "Okay. Is that all, sir?"
That's all. I'll be waiting right here. I expect a meeting quickly.
Out of character, it's around about, I think it was close to kind of 9 o'clock, 8 o'clock at this point. So
Yeah.
yeah, he's just like, I'll see, but no guarantees. He might get back to you in the next week, most likely.
This is look, I just have something I need to return. The sooner I can get this off out of my hands, the better.
Okay. And several minutes, and then he kind of closes the door on you, and you wait there. And you wait there. And you wait there.
I've got infinite patience. I'm staying.
Message in the Roll20 challenge.
Oh yeah, one sec.
You could use this time to learn to juggle, or
Juggling books.
Or herbalism.
Or herbalism.
What's your background, Jacob?
Potions
Scholar.
and poultices.
Remember the story we came up with that my character may have a contact?
I can't remember that story, to be honest. Oh yes, no, I remember now. I remember. Sorry.
We agree there might be one who would be in such a place.
Simply because it didn't come up earlier, and it would have made sense if it came up earlier. I'm going to say he's not in the Mages Guild, but he's around the city. Who themselves would like to have contacts in the Mages Guild.
Okay.
Right. So the 3 hours go by,
I
and
accidentally just filled Riktor's house with 45 pounds of food.
jump back. I guess everyone but Markus at the moment. Everyone but Markus and Riktor are actually who is actually waiting by Jack's bed as he's sleeping.
I don't think anyone is. It's not my chapel, so I'm not right for me to stay in there too long.
I'm upstairs in my bedroom. I'm not actually by Jack's side.
Okay, so
Jack doesn't want us nannying him. He's tough
in which
as
case
nails.
the night is going to go by and Jack will wake up in the morning fine. So yeah, the night goes by and Markus, you wait there, and it gets quite late and no one comes out of the Mages Guild.
Okay, I'm gonna try to enter the Mages Guild and just wait inside the foyer. You know?
Okay, can you make me a wisdom saving throw?
Come on, first roll of the day. Jesus.
Come on.
Okay,
Damn it.
you go to step into the door, and as you kind of step in, you hit this kind of solid wall which you can't see, and you see a light ripple go up the entrance.
Okay. I'm gonna knock again.
At this point, then it's in the wee hours of the morning, and there is no response.
Yeah, alright. I'm used to bad weather anyway, sailing and all. I'll just sit outside and wait and get some rest.
Okay. Like some street urchin, you sit outside the Mages Guild.
Markus isn't exactly rich, you
I
know.
so hope Markus gets mugged.
I thought you just got. Did you just get like 500 gold or something?
Just like true, actually,
Yep.
we all got 300. Yeah.
And you got your 500
You're quite
back
rich.
from you got your 500 back from Jack's fees. Hey, so
If it's the morning.
it's
I
the
might
next
go visit.
it's the next day.
Isn't 300 of that from Samwell?
It might have been.
I thought 281 was from the wizard, right?
No,
229.
229.
229 was from the pouch we found on the wizard. The
There
rest
you go.
is Samwell.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's the next day. Jack, you wake up in the morning. Your skin is sore, but you're alive, and you wake up in an unfamiliar place, somewhat Spartan surroundings, but very much.
Is my staff nearby?
Yes, your possessions are all laid nearby, some against the wall and some on the dresser to your side.
Am I in some sort of like equivalent, like a hospital gown or something?
No, they seem to have put your robe. You seem to be wearing a robe.
Seemed to
Okay.
be. Could be an illusion.
I touch it. Is it real?
It is real.
Precisely, Alex. What time is it? Just to annoy you.
7:52.
Oh, I'll be
Okay.
coming along to visit. Dalen wakes up early.
Okay, well I'm gonna
Probably.
sit up in my bed, light my pipe, and finish off one bowl of baccy before shall we roleplay?
As you do so, one of the priests, a priest comes in, bearing the symbol of Kemba, which you recognise, and he slides a bowl onto the side. Ah, it's good to see you awake. And he puts a bowl of porridge and a spoon on the table next to him. He goes, I'll inform your companions that you have woken up, and he goes to leave.
Look at the porridge. I may look like I'm 70, but I do eat real food still.
We eat real food here, and he says, porridge for breakfast, and we have our meats for lunch,
I shake my
and
head.
varying
it's evil.
soups. varying different soups and stews for dinner. As he goes, if you stay, I'm sure we have enough food to go around.
I shake my head. I pity you, young man.
Goes, there's no need to pity me. I'm strong and I fight for a strong god. And you can see that he is actually relatively well built underneath his robes. As you might notice, most priests, or is known that most priests of Kenvar are, as they worship a god of war and strategy. And fighting is very much part of their practice.
Well, I'm gonna wait 30 minutes, in between smoking my pipe and eating my bowl of porridge, and see if anybody turns up.
So Dalen,
Yep.
as you're doing your morning duties, a priest from the nearby temple comes in. He says, "Your companion has woken up. He appears to be doing well. Has his wits about him."
Excellent. Excellent. I shall visit him at once.
Oh, it says.
Okay.
All right.
Follow the priest, I guess. Or I run ahead. I don't know.
Yeah.
Whichever's faster.
It's not very far away. It's like 200 meters away from your temple, and you go.
For a jog.
Yep. I guess you go back. Do you tell anyone else? Nala, the priest, comes in and informs you of the same.
How much sleep did I get?
You got a full night's sleep.
Okay. But did I get extra sleep or just the full night?
You just got a full night's sleep unless you want to keep sleeping. But he's going to wake you
I
up
want
anyway.
to keep sleeping.
Okay, the priest comes in, taps you, wakes you up, tells you that information, and you presumably go back to sleep when he leaves.
Yep.
Fair enough. So Dalen comes in to the room with Jack. No one else seems to have arrived yet.
Greetings and blessings, old man Jack.
Fine morning to you too, priest.
How is your near-death experience treating you?
I eat my porridge. Not enough bacon.
Not enough bacon. Yes. Well, as soon as you're up to it, we can get you out for a proper breakfast. I'm sure there'll be an inn somewhere.
That would do me well. But tell me, most important matters. Due to my untimely, shall we say, we'll say death for the time being. For want of a technical term that comes to my head. What on earth happened to the necromancer?
He is no longer with us, and his head rests in Giles's room of many secrets.
I just shake my head. Thought better of you, priest.
Was not I. Blame the paladin who rests us somewhere. I gesture to the ceiling.
Oh, that explains a lot more. Now tell me, mages have grimoires? I assume we recovered his.
Do I know of this grimoire?
You would have seen it, and you noticed that Markus was the person entrusted with it because he seemed to have the most knowledge and be the most interested in it. In fact, he took 2 books off of his body.
I'll say that. Markus has 2 books he found. I assume one of them is this grimoire you speak of.
It is indeed. I'm certain you are as aware as I am that such knowledge cannot be thrown about.
The necromantic arts are a matter of disharmony.
I gotta tilt my head at that and go, to a certain extent, yes.
Okay.
However,
yes, go on. Sorry.
Where is Markus?
I believe he went to the Mages Guild. And if I recall, there's a barrier outside the Mages Guild. So he's probably outside the Mages Guild.
I roll my eyes at hearing the fact that he's gone to the Mages Guild.
Would Dalen know where I went, actually?
You said you were going.
No, I said I was going to see Captain Giles.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. I don't know where Markus is. I assume he was back at Punter's house. Well, Markus is at Riktor's manor.
I think if it's a logical conclusion, I'd make that Markus would go to the Mages Guild. If I now know he's got a bunch of necromantic tomes.
He disappeared.
Would that be a logical conclusion I'd make, Alex, or would it not?
Well, he's banned from the Mages Guild. I don't know. You don't know Markus particularly well.
No.
You could guess, but
I've never known him to go to a mage's guild either. He's a mage, though. I know that much. Or a sorcerer.
No, it'd be bizarre for me to realise that you go to the Mages Guild.
yeah. You would bet he was probably staying wherever he is staying, which I think you were told was at the Fellow's Respite.
Respite.
Yeah.
Well, the first thing I'm going to do is going to get up, put the half-eaten bowl of porridge aside, and go, alright, time to get meat. And not in that sense, priest. I know what you're kind of like.
What?
And I head to the nearest tavern.
I will guide him. Or follow him. Depends how well he knows the town.
Not very, I'm probably lost within 30 seconds.
I don't know where the taverns are.
No,
I'm sure a tavern will speak out to me at some point.
There isn't a tavern in Callias Cross, but Callias Cross is relatively close to Coronstead Castle. So you do know that the Fellow's Respite is actually pretty nearby, relatively speaking. But there are no like typical taverns in Callias Cross. Callias Cross is very, very upper class, and actually largely contains a lot of the religious areas of the city.
I turn to Dalen while we're walking. By the way, priest, you're paying.
Yeah. So
Charity is a solemn duty.
15 minutes later, you turn up at, or 10 minutes later, even you turn up at Fellow's Respite. They're already serving breakfast to the other patrons.
I look around and, not wanting to actually push the generosity of the priest I'm with, I order something relatively small and cheap. Though I do also order, and I pay for myself, a shot of brandy,
Oh,
Wow.
which I pour into my tea.
if you, I presume then you order like 3 rashers of bacon and, some eggs is probably what you would get then. And overall that...
Just order the chicken, probably cheaper.
Breakfast chickens are never cheap.
All in all, it's probably
Living chicken.
including the brandy. It's probably going to cost you about 3 silver.
Ooh.
I think I can actually afford that anyway, so I'll pay for that. I think I can just about afford that. No, I can't afford that. I can afford the brandy.
You pay a silver for a brandy.
I can't
Put a
afford
gold
brandy.
coin on the table and slide it towards whoever we're paying towards.
I have 5 copper. Leave me alone. I am a broke old hermit man.
Oh my goodness.
I give you the 5 copper. I give you all my worldly possessions in value, which is 5 copper.
Alright.
You have
Right.
no money? I have plenty. I literally cannot carry it.
So actually, question: where was Samwell and Riktor sleeping? Because the only bedroom,
Just manna.
there's only one bedroom in there, and it's been somewhat stripped, and it wasn't really suitable for sleeping in. Actually, no, there is a guest bedroom, so you could have slept in the guest bedroom.
Wait, I
actually.
thought you said it was a manor with 3 floors and 12 bedrooms. You know?
No, I never mentioned the number of bedrooms. Actually, there's probably tons of bedrooms. I haven't actually mapped it out. It's pretty huge. There's likely some spare bedrooms.
So yeah.
One key though, unless it opens all the doors.
I was just
I'm
thinking.
gonna turn my fucking manor into a shanty there, DM.
By 3 floors, I mean 1 floor, and by many bedrooms, I mean a kitchen.
No, I was just thinking. Oh, he wasn't married and didn't have kids, but I thought no, the house would still have bedrooms anyway, wouldn't it? It would still have loads.
Probably houses fancy
It
dudes.
was a judge who's like, here, take my shanty shed, Riktor. Here, take
You see, no. I like to think it's an opposite of the TARDIS. You see the massive door and the huge kind of fancy decoration on the outside. You step in, and it's just tiny, just a tiny room.
With 1 butler standing there.
An inverse TARDIS. But no, yeah.
I
There are
would've-
plenty of rooms to sleep in there.
Cyrat.
Been doing my trance in the art room or something.
Okay. So yeah, you two wake up in the morning. In fact, Markus, by the way, you're woken by guards in the morning who kind of tap their blades against you and go, "Oi, vagrant!
What?
Vagrant!
I'm not a vagrant.
Well, you're sleeping in the streets. You're a vagrant. Move."
I'm here on business. You move.
They kind of just keep tapping you with your shoulders, just like budging you, just like.
Fine. Then I'm gonna crack my shoulders and I'm gonna stand up to my full height. Yeah. And then I'm gonna say, do I recognize these guards, having worked with them quite a bit?
No, there are loads of guards in this city.
Okay.
They're like, yeah.
All right.
Could be anyone's guards.
They're just like.
Do these look like specific Mages Guild guards?
No, they just seem like normal guards.
Okay.
Well, you're on like the Mages Guild actually like backs. It's actually onto the front of a street, so it doesn't have like a kind of courtyard in front which you have to walk through. And so you're just kind of on the street, and they're just like, get off of the pavement.
Oh, okay. I'm just gonna like.
Wagon coming in.
I'm just gonna shake my head at them, and I'm gonna go back to the Mages Guild, and I'm gonna knock on the door.
You knock on the door, and the door. Actually, you don't need to knock on the door. People are actually walking through in and out of it this time, and you kind of just stand at the entrance. It actually is starting to get a little busy.
I wonder if you can walk through the door if someone else is walking through the door at the exact same time.
Or if I just piggyback on them.
I'm technically luggage.
So
I have no reason to believe that would work. Yeah.
You're a mage. You're smart. What do you know of magical walls?
I know that lightning could probably break this down, but I'm never gonna try that.
So yeah, the doors are open. People are walking in and out, and you're kind of just standing there. They're kind of going around you to get in. At the moment.
Yeah, I'll just stand off to the side and just like sort of hunch up and wait.
Okay. So you
I
hunch
can
up.
wait as long as it needs be.
All right. As you wait there, the same young man comes up and he goes, I spoke to him this morning. He wouldn't see me last night, and do you want me to tell him you're here now?
Yes, please. Thank you so much.
Smell.
And I'm just gonna
You've been on
give
the
him.
street for hours.
And that's why I'm giving him a slightly annoyed, very smarmy. Yes, thank you so much.
Okay. And he kind of heads off, and then he comes back about 5 minutes later and says, he'll come to the door soon to talk to you. He's just finishing up his morning incantations.
I see. Thank you so much.
Okay, so Riktor and Samwell, what are you doing this fine morning?
Well, I'm waking up in a bed here.
Yep, waking up and...
I'm gonna wake up, look around. Do I see anything?
Well,
You might see 4 or 5 pounds of food that shouldn't be there.
looking around, you see the kind of decorations and paintings on the room. You're in this large, nice double bed. There's wardrobes and candles all around the room. The nice large windows on one side, on one of the walls.
I yell out, Johan!
You have several moments later the door opens. It says, yes, sir.
What time is it, Johan?
What time is it? It is 8 o'clock
Exactly.
in the morning.
Well, where's my breakfast?
Your breakfast.
The hell, I'm
Yeah.
paying you 30 gold a month.
He
You're not
goes.
making a good first impression here.
Yes, yes, sir. I do not know your schedule yet, sir.
Alright,
I
well.
apologise. If this
That's
is your
alright.
if this is your regular time, I will make sure to prepare breakfast for this time.
8 o'clock on the sharp. Next time you ask me what time I want to be woken up before I go to bed, alright?
He nods, and
Don't
yeah,
forget, Johan.
I
You know
never
who,
forget.
Is Dalen and Samwell still here?
Samwell, yes, he is in the room on the opposite side of the landing.
Alright, go see what he wants for breakfast.
Yes, sir.
And get
Several
us some
moments.
breakfast.
Several moments later, knock on the door, Samwell, which disturbs your reading, presumably you've been doing.
Yes, more reading. Another hour?
Well, you get 4 hours for your 8 hours of rest. So, and he knocks on the door and goes, Master Samwell.
Ewan, good morning.
What can I get you for breakfast?
I will have your speciality, or whatever Riktor is having. And then I go to Riktor.
Okay, so you go to Riktor, and you can just kind of smell food cooking from downstairs.
Riktor, what did Captain Giles say about bounty hunters? Our names?
He was pretty vague. The impression I got was that we need to get the hell out of Cornstag. I don't know if the rest of the group's going to be too keen on that, especially seeing as how we just got this here manor. But
Well, we shouldn't have it under either of our names, and we should find out whether it's my family or the nobleman's family whom you had a run-in with.
I don't know if poking around is the best idea. It might be just best to get the hell out of Dodge, as they say here in Astaan.
Did they say that?
Shh.
Yes, Dodge.
Where should we go?
I really hadn't thought this far.
If
We should meet with the others.
If you remember previously, or almost immediately before he said that, he told you that the Lord Marshal was looking to recruit your type, and he had already recommended you to him.
But we could always talk to the Lord Marshal. With some luck, he'll have jobs out of town
I don't know about
for
working
extended
for
periods.
a Lord Marshal type. Lord Marshals aren't really up my alley. I
No?
was thinking about going back down to Aramir myself.
Well, out of character, you probably know Lord Marshal isn't a rank of nobility.
Oh,
It's a military rank.
a military rank.
Yep, it's the highest military rank in Kronstag.
Mhm.
It can, it
You may
can,
not.
yeah, it can often be that nobles have this rank, but it's not. The two aren't, intrinsically linked. He's the Lord Marshal because he controls the army.
You may not like the title, but Captain Giles made it sound like he had coin.
Mm. Well, assholes with too much power usually do have a lot of coin.
Yes, and you now have Ewan to think about. You're paying him quite a sum.
Yeah, I was thinking about leaving about 10 months' wages here for him to pick at while we're gone. Stop back in time to time, see how it's going.
Why not?
Okay, I guess later.
Then, yeah, we'll head towards Jack, or if no one's there, we'll head to the Fellows' Respite, where everyone always is for some reason.
Well, before we leave, I'd like to ask you if there's a safe in the house.
You asked only for the safe in the house. It's like, indeed there is, sir. As you're eating breakfast, as he served you for a tartar made with vegetables,
Oh,
onion,
Good job.
and bacon and the like.
A good elven meal.
Bacon. Melbourne meal with bacon.
It's for tartar. It's just things mixed into eggs, basically.
All right, I got one down.
Um,
All right, show me the safe, Ewan.
he takes you down to the safe, and he's just like, which is actually in the kitchen. If you move away, the oven actually slides out, and you clear away some of the ashes. Like, this is the safe. It's a combination on it, although it was always kept by Judge Bear. I'm afraid I do not know what is in it.
So you're
May
telling me
I?
I can't get in this damn safe? Yeah.
Can you open the safe?
You look at it, and it's quite a big safe. It's about a foot by a foot.
Whoa!
I'm sure I've handled this kind of stuff before in my training.
You can you can try picking the lock.
Okay.
Justify why you'd break into a 5-foot safe. For
No, it's
assassinating.
1 foot by 1 foot. 1 foot by 1 foot.
Ah, but it's 5
so
foot high.
So it's about that
A
big.
very small danger room.
Tiny person.
You can
okay.
We're trapped in.
you kind of crack out your lock picks and looking at it seems a bit difficult, but you might be able to. You think you might have a chance.
All right. Challenge accepted.
Buddy. Clap him on the back.
And I use a point of luck.
Go
out
for
of
it.
character.
Oh.
You go through it, and it takes you quite some time. And as you kind of click, kind of listening very carefully, you think you're getting there, but you think it's going to take you a couple hours. This requires a lot of very, very careful perception and
You want to put a
listening
kettle on. We might be here for a while.
as you start getting to work on the safe. All
Do I
right.
listen to it?
You're basically, because you can't use your lockpicks here, it appears to be some kind of fancy combination safe. You've had a few little dealings with simplified versions of these, but it seems quite difficult. And you're just very carefully listening for the right points. All right. So
What elf is here?
while you guys do that in the morning, the Archmage walks up to the. He stands actually 10 foot away from the entrance, and he looks over at you, Marcus. You see him dressed in his long robes. They seem to be patterned in all sorts of strange symbols. He's got a very large, gilded
Fabulous stuff.
book. Yeah, he looks like a mage who has the money to prepare to equip himself very well. He goes,
Does he look like my description that I was given of
yes, he does.
Mudandi?
Yep.
Arzal Mudandi. Okay.
And he looks at him and goes, "Now who are you?" And make this brief.
Is he gonna step forward a little bit? or
Nope,
is he
he's
still
standing.
taking
He's standing 10 foot away. People have cleared. No one's going in and out while he stands there. And in fact,
Okay.
some people are just watching as he just stares at you with an intense
Alright.
gaze, just like, "Do not waste my
Sir.
time."
Put up a hand. Yeah, sir. You don't know me, but you will likely hear about the ugliness that happened last night. Today, one of your number, Callian Corvus, was killed last night when it was discovered that he was the serial killer that had been roaming the streets of Korensteg for the past few weeks.
Kind of looks and goes, "And thank you for informing me, but
And I
a
brought this
letter
to
would
your
have done."
attention. I brought this to your attention because he was personally a necromancer, and I'm gonna reach into my coat. I'm gonna pull out his wizard spell book and his obviously evil-looking book, and. Now I'm not a scholar and I can't read his small tome, but I would I'd bet gold on this being his necromantic novel.
Looks and goes, shouts over to the secretary, "Go grab those books." And the young man behind the desk kind of runs up to you and gestures for you to pass him the books.
Okay. Yeah, I'll slowly pass over the books.
Kind of goes over and has a quick look at both of the books. Goes, "Thank you. This is appreciated."
And I hope next time I'll be more welcome at the Mages Guild, considering I didn't have to come back and bring you this.
Yes. I'll have the restrictions removed. Okay. He kind of just walks off, flicking through the book.
Good day, sir. And I'm just gonna turn and leave.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where you heading?
Let's see. I'll go to the judge's house.
Get to the judge's house, and you walk in to find the others, you knock on the door, and because you don't actually have a key, and Ewan answers, Marcus.
Yes. Hi. I was wondering, are my companions here?
The elf and the half-elf, yes, they're here.
I see. I'm just gonna walk in if he, like, admits me, you know?
Yeah, he lets you in and you walk in and he directs you to the kitchen and you find them both kind of Samwell knelt against this kind of somewhat ashy wall where you can see the kind of outline of a safe in it, and Riktor kind of, I don't know, probably milling about.
Shh. Sorry, I'm just gonna like wave my hand at them and then I'm just gonna say sleep and then I'm gonna go find an empty bedroom and crash. I'm gonna go find
So
I assume by this point, Alex.
you
You
finished up your breakfast. By this
And
point,
Judge's house, I assume.
I've probably woken up by now after my nice long in.
if you want to remove both levels, no, you probably need another hour or two.
You
Before
do realise
Okay.
if you go 2 weeks without sleep and then have a normal 8-hour sleep, you'll still be fully refreshed.
Oh, it varies from person to person apparently, but yeah.
But mostly, fine.
All right, sure, why not? Just for the sake of getting everyone together. yeah, you conveniently wake up at the same time, and presumably, are you going to head to the house?
I'm gonna see if my shield is ready yet.
Yeah, your shield's ready as you go down, and I should just like and one goes. Some of the priests go. If you're going to be heading over to the judge's house, we've been requested to attend, in some legal matters, testing to the ownership of the house.
So if you're heading over, then I'll head with you.
Okay. So two of the Kembar priests head over with you, and Jack, you turn up before Nala does, and Ewan once again admits you and shows you into the kitchen where you find the other three, currently all sitting in the kitchen, and they kind of shush you as you walk in.
That's fine. I just look around and then I don't know how I'm going to physically describe Markus.
Okay.
I
Markus.
whisper very slightly, where is the other one?
I get up.
Where
I want to
is
start
the-
like showing everybody around the house, kind of like a giddy like schoolboy, really excited. Look at this room, and this one here's Samwell's. It's got like the art thing in it. I guess he wants to paint or something. I don't know. I'll go down the
like
hall.
a patient father.
And, like, Nala, I thought you could have this room right here. We'll put a big rock in here. We'll heat it up. You can just, stay on a nice warm rock. Yeah. Yeah. Would you like that?
I burst out laughing at that.
I punch Riktor.
What? I'm just trying to be nice.
Like, for the obvious racism, I punch Riktor.
Obvious racism.
After she punches Richard, just go.
All right, no rock,
Annoyed
no
the
rock.
lizard one.
No rock. Okay. I guess we'll get you a bed. Just trying to make you feel at home here, Nala.
It's a reward well earned, Richter. I must say so myself. But where is Markus?
Markus is sleeping. I guess who knows what he was doing last night. Man, that dude's a vagrant.
I go find Markus's room and I start banging on it slightly with my staff. Does he answer?
You hear the familiar
yeah.
sound of Jack's staff.
We're all like standing
So,
around
like-
over him when he wakes up.
so yeah, like Markus sleeps shirtless, so he just turns over and he's like sees all of you looking at him, and then he's just gonna like wave his hand and go bury his head in the pillow, bury his.
I used knock on the door, Alex.
The door was open, it wasn't locked.
Yeah.
Just walk
Okay.
in.
I don't know.
Okay,
to
well
park
then, okay, I open the door and then I just stand next to him, and I just slam my staff down next to his head.
It's like thunk, thunk. Oh, what, Jack? Damn it!
We need words.
I'm just gonna like slowly get up, rub my eyes. Oh, God. Okay. What?
Where are the books?
I returned them.
Well, unless you brought back the necromancer as well, I find it difficult to believe you returned them. You mean you gave them away?
I mean, I gave them to the guild to which he belonged.
I twat him on the head with my stick.
Oh, damn it!
This time, quite viciously.
Roll an attack roll then, or damage roll if you're not going to
Not
dodge.
enough to actually just
I
severely
would
hurt.
listen
Just,
to
like,
him, Markus.
serious.
Old man here is back from the dead. He don't got much longer to live anyway, judging by him, so I don't think he should travel.
Away. So let me understand this. You turned to the Mages Guild from which this necromancer turned up and just gave those books back.
Not just to
anybody
anyone.
else.
Not just to anyone. I gave it personally to the Archmage of the Mages Guild.
Fantastic. And do you know this Archmage personally? Do you know he's a man of sound character? Trust me,
No.
rank and position do not make a man good.
No, but I trust. But I trust Captain. Hold on. Sirens. Yeah. All right. Yeah.
Ah, current stick police out again.
No. But I trust Captain Giles' judgment, and he seemed to think
Trust
that.
Giles. He's a halfwit.
He seemed to think that the Archmage was a man of character.
I
Are
am
you sweet
very
on the Archmage?
obviously- I am very obviously on the edge of my temper. You're going to get those books back.
I'm sorry, Jack, but I'm not doing anything like that. I gave the books
Did
back
you
to.
decide to wait to see if I could give them one once over? Just a brief look?
No, I'm sorry, Jack. I didn't think of that.
You're a fool.
Now, I warned you,
upstairs.
Jack.
I'm-
I warned
I'm
you about
keeping
this one. He's always running off, doing his own thing, never showing back up.
Yes, but I hope he'd show enough good judgment not to make such idiotic mistakes as giving away books from which we could learn of greatly to a man we don't know.
Whoa, Jack! There is nothing to be
Anybody
learned
who
from a
dies.
man who's. There's nothing to be learned from a man who is a necromancer.
Is there not?
No.
Was every spell he cast there of a dark art?
Well, 2 of the spells that he cast that killed us.
That damn wall of fire didn't feel too dark, I gotta say.
Yes. Precisely. There is much to be learned, Markus, from knowing your enemy. Anybody who dies because of this magic is to be on your head.
Which is why I gave
I
it to what
swear.
who I. Which is never mind.
What's
I
up,
like my
Marcus?
pipe better.
Marcus.
Good morning, Riktor.
Are you sweet on the Archmage? Is that what's going on here?
You opened that safe yet?
Oh, Samwell's working on it. He'll get it.
I see. No, Riktor. I was just doing what I thought was
Is he
right.
handsome?
Surely,
Describe him to me. Is he handsome?
surely he is. He's a blonde 6-foot man, and he dresses
strapping, huh?
quite audaciously.
I think I know what's going on here, Jack.
I mean, Marcus.
Carry on, mutter. Idiot fool who can barely read, thinks he knows what to do with books.
I think Marcus here likes the audacious Archmage, and he wants to gain favor with him by just doing him.
Can you both leave, please? I am really just not in the mood for this. Nala would understand.
Oh, he's tired, folks. He's been out all night with the Archmage.
I'm just gonna give Riktor the finger, you know?
I just so I walk back in and whack him once more on the head with my stick.
Did everybody eat? Ewan makes some meat product. Really
I
good.
think I'm downstairs staring
I
at
think
whatever.
Marcus has had enough
that
meat
was
product for the time being.
Jesus,
What?
I'm gonna cast Gust of Wind and I'm gonna push them out of my room. You know? Gust of Wind. I'm gonna push them.
I'm already leaving.
Yeah. I turn to Riktor. Idiot. You don't mind if I smoke indoors? Would you rather I take it outside? I like my pipe.
Have a smoke.
While this is all going on, Nala comes in, as well as with 2 priests, and then shortly followed by another gentleman who's quite smartly dressed. And he walks and he goes, he has this large book and ledger and a quill with him, and he goes, and you hear this, Ewan comes up to him and says, they have come to sort out the deed and ownership of this home. I have arranged the appropriate witnesses to witness the transaction to testify to the last will of Judge Bear.
Please
Please
do it upstairs.
It's in Riktor's name. He can deal with it. I've got my own business to attend to.
Now, Ewan, real quick.
Technically, robbing this place was not here. It was not us you robbing this place.
Ewan looks at you. Yes, sir, master?
Here's what I'm thinking, alright. You've been a faithful tenant to the judge here for a long time. Do you got a wife, kids, shit like that? Family man, Ewan?
No, I'm afraid not.
Okay.
I have family, but no wife, no kids. Not
Any dependents?
I sometimes send my mother some money.
All right, your mother, good. Here's what I'm thinking. All right, now, you've been a faithful servant to the judge for a long time. Now, what if we were to put the deed to the house in your name, provided, of course, we will continue to pay you a fee to be our servant here in the house, and we will be able to come stay whenever we want. And of course, that room over there, the nice one, the judge's old room, once it's cleaned up, that'll be my room. You know, and my friends here will have their rooms, and you'll have a room. And you can bring your mom down here; she can live, have a room, and your job will just be to attend to the manor and keep it ready for when we visit. How does that sound to you?
Kind of looks and goes, it is a most peculiar arrangement.
Well, if you don't want it, I mean...
No. I just... Make a persuasion check for me. With advantage.
Sure.
Yes. He's gonna just look at this. I can do this for you, sir, and allowing my mother to stay here would be very nice. But we still have to get this resolved.
Sure. Let's go.
And
Let's go.
he kind of the man gets brought upstairs, and you find basically like a kind of tea room upstairs. Sit down in. Nala and the two priests are there. Anyone else want to join?
I like legal transactions. I'm there.
All right. It kind of looks around and he goes. He looks at the two priests and says, "As the witnesses of this transaction, can you please tell me what was the Judge Bear's final will?" And the two priests look at each other and they repeat, "What I recall, the paladin here brought in the head of someone. The judge was pleased by this and told them that they could have the house." If I look at it, they both nod and go, "Yes, I believe that's what happened. I believe it was said to Nala here." Yes. Good looks over to Nala and they go, "Nala, is this true?"
Yes, this is true.
As well then.
No. Let me interject. All right, you have it all wrong, silly priest. And I would like to point out that Nala is a servant of Kembar as well. Clearly, these folks have colluded. Now, before we go further, here's what really happened. All right, the damn judge here died in the street. All right, Nala offered up some gold in order to resurrect the judge and bring him back. After the judge was brought back, we went, here was that we are, killed the damn serial killer. Alright, you're welcome, by the way. Came on back, saw the judge. Now, the judge was a little worse for the wear, as it were, and was on his way departing out from this world. Now, Nala, sweet thing that she is, didn't want repayment of her debt, so I asked on her behalf. I said, "Judge, Nala paid 500 gold. All right, this is verbatim now. Nala paid 500 gold. Don't you think you ought to pay her back?" And in his generosity, he said, "Well, I don't have any family. How about the house?" And she said, and I quote, No, that's quite all right. You don't need to do that. It was a gift." Then she left, and then the judge offered the house to me. Left. That's what happened. You left the judge there to die, and everyone ran out to go talk to Giles, and I was there by myself. Then the judge left the house to me, told me where the key was, and signed this here deed. All right, that's how it went down. Now, holy man, I expect you to tell the truth.
I have a solution to this crisis, gentlemen and lady. Within Concordia's many graces, I know the zone of truth. Those willing to step in and speak their mind can solve this matter.
I would love to be in a zone of truth right now.
I think that is a good idea.
Out of character, Had Nala already left by this point? By that point?
I'm literally telling you exactly what happened. I watched it yesterday.
Or is that literally exactly what
I
happened?
did
Because I
not-
couldn't remember where Nala had left.
I didn't leave, like, at all.
He's so ready for this.
I watched it yesterday. Yeah.
Everyone
Now
left.
the real legal battle begins.
No, I swear I didn't leave. Like, I was there the whole time telling you not.
Well, as my memory, unfortunately, as I did not watch it yesterday. Alright, cool. As my memory is not perfect as to what exactly happened in that scene, I remember. I can't remember whether Nala was actually there or not. I guess I can watch it later, and because
You don't need to retcon it. It's fine. Make a decision. I don't care. It's just a game.
No,
dude.
no.
It's like
No, if that's actually what was in the recording, the Nala had actually left, and he wanted to do the zone of truth, you know. That's fine. I was trying to work out whether you were lying or not in character, and I was just like, I can't actually remember whether any of that is
You can make a
false.
charisma saving throw and lie.
Yep.
as far as I understood from watching it, that's exactly how it went down. But
I might have, like, started saying I was leaving, but then, like, you continued. But I'm pretty sure I didn't leave. I'm pretty sure I remember, like, still interacting with you while you were there.
I'm pretty sure we all left to go to Giles.
I never went in.
Yeah, but me and Riktor stayed behind for a little bit
Yeah.
of time. And we caught up with you guys after that dealing had happened.
I do remember her saying stuff when you were reaching for the pocket, for the key in his pocket. Did that? You're shaking your head, Hunter.
Quick,
I
get the
don't-
recording.
I don't believe so. But sure,
Well,
if
we'll
Nala
figure
says
this out
there,
the
she was
break.
there. That's fine. That's fine.
We could take a break now.
Yeah,
rather
we-
than half an hour. And
If
then figure this out.
people want a 10-minute break so I can work out what happens in the zone of truth, we can take a
I can
slightly
totally
early.
wrong.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
a good idea.
So let's take
Cool.
let's take a 10-minute break while I go and find the other video, and
I'm sorry.
have a quick watch.
Cool, so that works.
Welcome back, and now after watching the recording, yes, we're gonna see what happens. So, we're all in the room. Dalen's just offered up his zone of truth,
I'll recast it.
and the person who appears to be some kind of lawyer is looking at both of you, just waiting. Just like, so, is this a zone of truth? Yes, I've heard of them. We've used them before.
Wondrous things.
Praise Concordia.
Cleric.
Praise Concordia.
So, in the circumstance you have both described to me, I'm frankly unsure as to who's the rightful owner. And the priests kind of both look at each other and kind of, after hearing Riktor's story, to say, correct him that Nala was in fact still there. But other than that, it's just like, yes, the truth is just like, he says, from what I've heard, it seems like it is ambiguous whether Nala or Mr. Riktor here owns the deed. I could come back at a later point once you do.
Well, listen. Here's
made an arrangement.
let me submit this. Here's what I want to do with it anyway. There, Mr. Lawyer type. Now, I guess Nala here is greedy to get her mitts on this manor. I, however, was going to sign the deed over to the judge's attendant and let him bring in his elderly mother, so she has a place to stay, and maybe even turn it into an orphanage for some children. All right, I was going to make it just a place, a rescue house, and Nala is all like, I gotta own this
my
place.
Orphanage idea.
What your idea? What are you talking about? This is my idea. I care about children. All right.
You are standing in the zone of truth.
Myself.
Don't forget.
I was practically an orphan myself.
Well, I had suggested that we make this into an orphanage
Question.
before to have.
Is anyone resisting this zone of truth?
No.
Okay, well,
Not resistant.
I want to make it an orphanage.
do you actually want to make it an orphanage?
Yeah, I'm giving it to.
Yeah, but you
Orphan.
hadn't mentioned anything to Ewan about making it an orphanage, so
Oh.
I don't know whether you're
Down
actually.
there, then.
I don't know whether
Healthy
that
mother loves kids.
out of character though. Does Riktor genuinely want to turn this thing into an orphanage?
Just chaotic good man. He's giving it away. I can't keep it in my name. Out of character. I can't keep it in my name. I'm gonna get tracked down. I can't hold on to it.
Why don't you just allow me to have it in my name then? Like, I don't see why it can't be in my name.
Because it should be a Concordian house.
Oh.
Dalen's eyes got really big there. He's like, cha-ching!
Anyway, back in character then. I'll say that. I'll say that didn't
Both
bleed.
you, Nala, would you like to help the children?
Sorry?
Would you like to help Ewan here's mother?
Yes, I would very much like to help Ewan's mother.
What do you think, Brother Dalen? You think Concordia would be happy with that?
Concordia would love to see happy children grow up to be fine, upstanding citizens. And we must find a way to bring unity through pairing parents with children.
Seeing as we both want to make this place into an orphanage, why do we not both sign? Why do not have both dual ownership?
Well, I'll tell you what. You want to pay the property taxes on this thing? You take it. I don't even want it. But I got dibs on that room.
Okay then.
Okay? You guys heard that. That's my room. Lawyers?
Are all parties agreed on the arrangement?
My room.
Okay. He hands over some papers to the priest and says,
Congratulations, Nala.
witnesses, and then he hands over the papers just like, yeah, he hands over for you to sign on different ones.
Is this an orphanage of Kembar, or an orphanage of... I suppose it's Kembar, yeah. Would Kembar want an orphanage? God of War and tactics.
He'll want
I'll
to.
allow it to be an orphanage of Concordia because
Well, you
it
know.
does seem more appropriate for a Concordian.
I don't know. Don't you want to raise some Spartan children?
Oh god. You guys are secretly
This will be
that
the
does not
most
go
efficient
So-
well.
orphanage in Current
You sign the papers, and he kind of heads off with it written in your in Nala's name. Okay, cool. So that's all resolved. So we're going to do what Jacob was doing. So you head off to
Yes.
meet your contact. Let's have a look here.
We didn't properly name him, so you can go with whatever name you want.
Yep.
Oh, Nala, you're gonna have to take care of Ewan's wages.
I like
by the way.
Acanthus, personally.
I can do that.
Okay. You go. His name's Mazima Acanthus. Is that what you said?
Acanthus, yeah.
Acanthus. Mazima Acanthus. You know, he is actually a botanist within the city. And you go.
This is the guy I got my bloody tea off.
Nope. That is not him.
Tea.
No.
That's Aldrin.
That's Baldwin's Flask.
It's not our campus.
Yes.
He sells a different kind of tea.
So,
The best kind of tea.
420.
okay, so you go find him, and as you kind of walk into his garden, as he has a reasonable home, yeah, small but well furnished, and it looks like he kind of treats his house a little bit like a shop front. And he sees you kind of walking in, and as he does so, he kind of walks into his house, and kind of gestures for you to close the door behind him and goes, "Now, what news do you bring?"
Things are going well, but I actually came here looking for a favour.
A favour?
A colleague of ours, after we dealt with the necromancer, the serial killer you probably heard about, foolishly gave the books away to the Mages Guild before we had a chance to look at them. Now we both know that such things can't be lightly just handed out to those we don't know.
Yes,
You know people in the guild.
I know some. I supply them. I occasionally ask favours. Do you know where the books have been taken, or?
I know they were personally handed over to the Archmage, but I'm going to assume he's not going to keep them in his own room. There'll be a supply of such texts that we put there.
Yes. Thinks for a second it's going to be difficult.
The most worthy things always are. I can't pay in gold at this moment, but I can certainly pay in favours in kind.
Yes. The two books, what were they? It might be helpful to know where they're going to be stored and what I might need to do to get them.
A grimoire, spells, usual affair for a wizard, and smaller text. Not entirely sure what's in it, but black.
Know much about the larger grimoire and the smaller book? Because might be a hefty amount of gold, might be the easiest way to get hold of one of those.
I can't pay immediately then, but I'm certain I can secure some kind of financial reward. We operate on a system of trust here, I'm sure.
Yes,
I'm going to turn around and betray you.
I'll pull some strings, some favours. No guarantee how quickly I can get it though. I know,
That's fine.
depending on what's in that smaller book. I might only be able to get the larger one if it's just a spell book.
Priorities on the smaller book if you can.
Without knowing what it is, it's going to be a little hard to get hold of. But I'll try.
Anyway, look around.
Any gold you can give me at any point should speed things up. Grease the right hands.
See about.
Sure, I might be able to make a few things turn.
Today.
Alright. Very well done.
I give him a nod of respect and I head out.
Okay.
And I'll return to the house.
Yeah, he goes back to his garden, tending the front of his garden. Please tend to those things as you leave. Okay, so what are the rest of you doing? Now, you've got a whole, basically, what are you guys doing now? Because you've got no particular restraints at the moment.
I'd probably go let the father of the church know that he's certainly come into ownership of a new orphanage.
Running of a new orphanage, I still kind of own it.
Yes, it's owned by a Kembarian, but it is run by a Concordian.
Well, it's still in the house. I'm going to go to Ewan and be like, well, Ewan, it was a nice business relationship while it lasted, but Nala here is going to be your new master. You'll have to talk to her about your wages. However, you did see that room up there is mine, and I will tip you well to maintain it in my absence. Did you finish cleaning those robes I gave you this morning?
Yes, sir. They're on your bed, sir.
All right. Well, thank you. I'll go up and grab them and then take them. Is Jack still in the house?
No, Jack's left.
I was about to return. I'm returning straight to the house.
Well,
I assume this argument would have taken the amount of time.
I'm going to sit in the living room.
No, the time it would have taken you to get there and back, it'll probably take you another 20 minutes before you finally actually get back. So, yeah.
So I left straight away.
Okay. So, what are the rest of you doing? Well, I guess as you kind of mill around the house, Jack eventually turns up after not too long.
Okay. You see me sitting in the living room smoking a pipe, Jack, and I show you the robes?
You show me what, sorry?
The robes? The robes?
I take a look at the robes.
The robes I took off the body of the guy?
And I kind of flatten them out, straighten them out, and look at them. Do they look like they're my size? Robes.
How tall are you?
I'm 6'2".
Yeah, they're about your size.
Are they black by any chance?
No. What colour were they? I think they were purple.
Green.
I think they were purple.
Green robes.
With
Well, he's
blue
green,
highlights.
I look at Riktor around the drive and go, "You invited me to a dance, Riktor."
They're very much styled like scholar robes. They're just a kind of dark purple.
There's a smile on my face as I say it.
He wants to go to the dance.
Actually, I was hoping that you could invite your mother for me. Yeah.
The gift is appreciated, though, Riktor. There is a matter I wish to discuss with you in some privacy. It can wait, however, and I sit down
I'd like
opposite
to
you.
go up into my sweet ass room.
Not unless you
room in
buy
the
me dinner
house.
first.
Okay, well maybe you can have Nala tell her servant to make us some dinner.
I look a bit confused. I thought this was your house.
It's an orphanage.
I will tell him to make dinner. It will not be a problem. I go up to Ewan and I ask Ewan to make them dinner, but for Riktor's dinner to be slightly lower quality than he would otherwise do.
You and it's just like
This party cohesion.
I will try my best. I'll leave out to the salt.
She hasn't even paid him. Ooh. No persuasion
salt.
check, nothing? Oh man. I got enough salt anyway.
Shots fired.
Um,
And I'm still on the safe.
Technically, you're robbing Nala now. But
I walk over to the safe, Alex. I cast knock on the safe.
what can you cast knock in the bar so I can read it?
Automatically opens one lock.
Yeah, I know.
All the place.
I just wanna.
cast it into the chat so that the
Yep, I'm
viewers
using that
can
cast
see.
now.
Thinking of you viewers. All 0 of you. We lost
have-
2. 2 of you aren't watching.
We have 5 viewers. We're good.
5 out of like 7 of us that should be watching it.
Ronan's here. Hey, Ronan.
Okay, so you go up and cast this, like, while you got your ear pressed, all of a sudden there's just this really loud knock in your ear, Samwell, and it hurts because of how close it was as Jack just walks up and kind of casts the spell. And then you're kind of stunned back from the sheer kind of,
Sorry,
as you were so
Samwell.
close to the epicenter of this thing with your ear pressed so close. And the safe kind of, you just hear this click.
Old man, I hadn't heard you were alive.
It's alright.
How long were you?
This-
How long were you actually on the other side for?
No, I wasn't. You guys said I was dead. I'm just old.
Then what did I
It's
spend
just old.
300 gold on?
I'll look around. Did
Oh
you
no,
get that back yet?
here's your 300 gold back.
Thank you, Nala. And then I look inside.
I forget that it's loud.
No, I'm glad to get you back. So I'll have a look inside.
You open the safe. And in the safe you see a small bag and a bunch of papers.
I give the papers to Jack.
No.
There we go.
And I look in the bag.
Look,
That was only a list for me. Sorry, guys.
looking through the papers,
You're just like mumbling in the background as you walk by.
Just like knock woke me up.
As he walks by, I hit him with my staff.
I'm gonna slap Jack back just lightly though. You know.
If you need a horse, Marcus, I have a spare one.
Oh no, I'm just muttering under my breath. I'm just like thinking of all the things I have to do
Okay.
today. Yeah, don't worry about it. I
alright. So
don't want to waste time.
as Jack looks through the paper, one of them actually just seems to be an actual will.
Who does it go to?
In the will, it goes forth to say that actually he was going to give the house up to Captain Giles as a personal gift.
I ignite that piece of paper. I then look at the ashes fall down and go, whoops.
There was other stuff in that will as well.
No, just... Oh, I read the whole will first, and then ignite it. But
Captain Giles.
I have perfect memory, Alex.
The will basically details like all the different his gold and possessions and the people it goes to, and large amounts of it seem to be about donating most of it to the guard, and you know. This will seems relatively wholesome in the fact that most of his intentions of where his money should go and be spent was for benefiting the internal security of the city.
Okay.
Although strangely, at the very end, says, under no circumstances should my house become an orphanage.
I ignite that piece of paper.
Okay.
I then read the rest of the documents.
This is a very interesting piece of paper. Smoke.
Reading the rest of them, a lot of them seems to be letters. A series of letters from a woman. You can tell by the name. Seems to be quite old. You would say at least these papers are at least kind of 30 years old. And there seems like a bunch of sentimental stuff. Just letters from a woman who seems to be talking about in a relatively affectionate way about Captain Bear and all sorts.
Captain Bear.
Yeah. But other than that, the papers are of relatively little interest.
Okay. I kind of tie them up and bundle them and put them on like a mantelpiece. Well, I turn to you and go, make sure they're put somewhere else.
Yes, sir. Kind of grabs them and takes them off somewhere. And yeah, in the pouch, as you open it up, it appears to be filled with platinum pieces.
How many platinum pieces?
You count
Many.
approximately. How many would it? 1 second.
Think of a satchel. Big.
Completely full, right?
It's-
Some will say.
So it's got about 40 platinum pieces in it.
Jesus
I let
Christ.
out a breath ever so slightly as I look at that and raise an eyebrow and go, Samwell, I have a favour to ask.
What's that?
I think this money should go towards both Ewan and the orphanage.
The orphanage fund.
Yes.
I have matters that needed to be attended to, something of great importance, something to which I might require some finances. Now, I know I did say that I would not ask for a reward, but considering the instrumental help I have provided in the catching of the killer and of, well, opening said safe, I would ask if I could borrow that money for the time being to meet the needs that I have currently and return any left over to the Vigilance Watch of the Paladin.
I shrug and I grab 6 platinum pieces and hand the bag to the general area between you two.
Take it.
I take it.
Well,
You both take it.
Can I try and take it first?
Roll initiative.
Is it a dex save?
are you both just trying to snatch it off of him?
Well, if she goes to take it, I look at Nala and go,
Shaolin Showdown.
can I please borrow that purse and return whatever is left? It should not be very expensive, I just need to ensure that I can meet the needs.
You can ask me for some,
That's what I'm doing, Nala.
but not from this pouch, is what I'm saying.
What? You have no
From my
right
own funds,
pouch.
you can.
It's a
What?
house. That's
You
technically
have no right pouch.
From
Not
reading-
necessarily.
from reading
You've got
that-
stolen artwork.
Actually, from reading
You
the will,
burnt the will.
technically, from all the paperwork you would know, she technically owns the house and the furniture. In that will, that money, as far as you're concerned, actually belongs to the guards.
The will no longer exists.
Yeah,
It doesn't,
that's
but
fine.
I'm just saying.
I've got eidetic memory, so I do remember. Right?
Yeah, exactly.
True.
I'll go to Nala and go, the money isn't yours.
And it isn't yours either.
I know. Therefore,
Why
I
are
am
you
doing
asking
courtesy
for
of
the money?
asking. I'm asking to borrow some of it temporarily, as I have not accepted a reward. And risked my life, almost. To assist you in your endeavours without ask for payment either way.
And I'm saying, if you want to ask me personally, you can. And I will
What's
be
that?
willing to give you money.
I am talking to you right now.
I'll get Samwell. Like, did you take 6 pieces?
I did.
I'm not saying a word about that.
I will get to
Why?
that later.
I just shake my head and I go, very well, Paladin. Do as you see fit. And I walk off and go sit down on the couch with Riktor and strike up my pipe.
Okay.
Samuel, can I have those pieces of platinum back? They're not actually ours.
Well, actually, only Jack read the will. So you don't
No one's
actually...
actually commented on the fact that I just set fire to a piece of
Yeah,
paper. That's why I
that was interesting. I was thinking...
What's going on in there, Jack?
That did appear a little drastic, but there were 40 pieces in there, and I thought we would divvy them up more or less equally. I'll take 6.
But I was thinking that because this money is not actually ours, we haven't actually earned this money.
I cough loudly.
We would put it towards the orphanage and towards Ewan, who have actually served this man, as it were.
Brother Dalen,
Yes.
what do you think on the matter?
Well, I feel we should find this will, and I hope it wasn't that piece of paper. Old man Jack, what was that piece of paper?
Thing you need to concern yourself with.
Okay. Well, legally, without
That
the
was
will, the money transfers to the town, so it's their money. But we'll need to get that lawyer back, because I'm not sure what current state
we need to
merchant
make sure
policy really
all
is.
the money is kept within this bag. So if Samuel, can you
Let the
Also
elf
money.
keep the coins, Nala. He's not owned possessions like this before. Give the man some freedom.
I mean, I will if you insist, of course, but I do not see the reason for it.
I mean, it may come out later that we are allowed to divvy this money up, though I still suggest it go towards the orphanage and Urim.
You're not going to
But
find the will.
until that... What?
You're not going to find the will.
Do you say
that in
this?
character?
Mm-hmm.
Why? Why do you say that?
He's a judge. He's very legal. I'm sure he made a will.
Are we all in the same room now?
Yeah,
I
presumably.
set fire to it.
Yeah, it's because
Why?
Because it was meaningless
What
and intelligent. And
What's everybody arguing about here? I didn't even hear. I
And
wasn't.
the greatest evil of all, Riktor. Money.
platinum coins.
Platinum coins.
I care not. Do with the coins as you see fit.
Who's got platinum coins?
I found
It's not even that much money. We should just do
How much was it?
we should just let the church do what it wants with the money.
There were 40.
40?
40
Well,
platinum pieces.
40 divided by 6. So what, we each get 6? Where's mine?
No. Because
What do you mean
this
no?
money is not necessarily ours.
Whose is it?
I'm saying,
This was the Judge Bayer's money, who he didn't actually say he gave it to us. So we're not
Well,
sure where this
without
goes.
a will, presumably all the belongings in the house, come with it. It's pretty standard.
We'll get a lawyer, and it may be that. But I also suggest, because we did not earn this money, it
We did
does
earn
not
it.
go into.
We're
Speaking
talking
of devil,
about
I
we
broke into
killed
the
a
safe.
serial killer. We brought the judge back to life. How did we not earn
And
it?
from that, we got the house, not the money.
And then I broke into the safe. It is
Which
strange
was in
logic
the
you apply
house.
here, Nala, but you can operate under it. Riktor, leave it for now. I have something that'll probably bring a smile to your face.
I think platinum would bring a smile to my face. I got some uni spreading to do, and uni spreading ain't cheap.
Praise Concordia.
It'll pay.
Praise Concordia. This is Concordian orphanage, is it not?
Owned by Church of Kembar.
So perhaps Brother Dalen should take possession of the platinum.
I can hold on to the platinum until it's dealt with, as I...
Yes, I trust Dalen to do that.
Cool. Dalen, I'm going to
Okay.
need 6 platinum for uni spreading purposes.
Will 200 gold suffice?
No, I'm going to need more than that.
I'm gonna hold on to the 6 platinum.
6 platinum's only.
6 platinum just worth 60 gold.
Yeah, 1 platinum
6
piece is
platinum
10
is
gold,
60
just so you know.
Yeah. Oh, that's what I say.
I hand over.
It's
Have
not
60
even.
gold!
It's not even that much money. It's
I'll hold on to these. How many
Well,
pieces were there?
I take Dalen aside, arm around his head. I walk him in, like whispering to him, like, Dalen, look, I'm trying to make an enchanted cloak for Samwell as a gift. All right, it requires a rather expensive gem, but it's going to help us going forward. All right, he's a servant Concordia-ish. She's definitely using him as a device,
Yeah.
So I think that this money was left here by Concordia for our purposes going forward. And we need proper equipment if we're going to be doing battle.
Here, have 400 gold. I can't carry this much gold.
Okay. Thank
and
you.
I hand the 6
Pay the
platinum
requisite.
to Dalen.
Okay.
How many platinum pieces were there in total?
There were 40, so that's 400 gold worth.
40. I've got the platinum pieces on the platinum piece chart.
Okay. Right, so.
They're just
Well,
sitting in my inventory right now until later. Actually, I've got a box for these sort of things. An armed chest.
Alright, so Matt,
There for that.
now that money is out of the way, what are you guys actually doing?
Samwell, can I talk to you in the other room?
Yes, of course.
All right. So I don't know if you know this, but I went down to the enchanter here in Cornstag the other day with that fool Markus. He embarrassed us there, by the way. Don't take that guy shopping, I'm just saying. Anyway, I was looking at getting you a cloak to make you sneakier and whatnot. And the enchanter wanted 1,200 gold for a rainbow sapphire. Now, I only got 900. If you want to chip in the last 300, we could get you a nice cloak. What do you think?
That is an incredible gesture. I would gladly pay for half of it.
Excellent. Would you want to be the first one to wear the sweet cloak that I made? It's a little short. I could wait for a better hide. Should I wait for a better hide, or do you want it right now?
I can wait. I can wait. So how much is that? 600?
Yeah, if you want to pitch in 600, that'd be great.
I hand over presumably a huge sack of 600 gold pieces.
Nice.
It's worth swag just written across the side.
Baller.
Well, what do you say? You want to go out for a hunt, see if we can find ourselves a nice hide?
I've never done that before, but yes. Is it safe?
Riktor, if you got time.
What's that?
I did earlier say that I wanted a word with you just in case you've forgotten.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I did not
Once you
catch
did with
that.
Samwell. Sorry, if you.
Riktor's so popular at the moment.
Yeah.
And I sit down and I thank him and I say, no, please go and talk to Jack. And I get out my herbalism book and I read.
Right, so you can get
If you'll excuse me.
you can get 8 hours more reading done today if that's what you want to do.
Well, no, I'll read for an hour or two.
Okay.
I'm going to come interrupt him, yeah.
Yeah.
Jack, you wanted a word?
I've got somebody you might want to meet with.
Who's that?
An old colleague of mine. We served under the same master. He operates a herbalist shop in town. I look around. Nobody is listening in, right?
Just James that. Oh, sorry.
I presume you can take him somewhere where people aren't listening in.
We're up in
That
my sweet
book.
room.
Oh, I do thank him for the sweet. Stab somebody else. Bear with me.
Get in your building.
Okay.
Jesus Christ.
Please get down.
Yes, the books that Markus gave away were of incredible value, borderline priceless. Now I have a friend, an old friend, who is capable of getting them back. It will require a little bit of money up front, but in the sake of honesty and sharing details here, I am willing to tell you the whole story regarding it, if you will. Should we say front the finances?
Can I insight check and see if he's telling me the truth?
He's not lying, so yes.
Okay, cool,
no,
sweet. He doesn't resist, good. Okay, he's not lying.
Well, you can still make the insight check, you know, if you're
That's fine.
suspicious.
But I make it a DC as low as like physically can make it. I'm
Right, if he's not going to resist it.
Oh yeah,
if
no. It's still his ability to make to see what he thinks. about what he's
Riktor
saying.
looks at you for a moment and oh, I just saw you damn near die fighting by our side, so your word's good enough for me, Jack. Let's go talk to Dalen and see if we can get you some gold. How's that sound?
I wish to be careful about what we tell Dalen. Those tomes are necromantic. He may not be able to see the reason I'm requiring them. You will still contain the guardianship of the tomes, if that puts you at ease. I just wish to pursue them, read through them, learn anything I may from them.
Sure. Let's go talk to him. We'll go track down Dalen.
All right, so
Brother
Dalen, as you're in the Temple of Concordia looking for the head priest, Riktor and Jack kind of come up behind you.
Oh, hello. How can I help you?
Well, it seems Concordia has found another use for that platinum already, Brother Dalen.
The platinum is what?
Well, you remember those tomes that we found
The ones that Markus have, yes.
Yes. Well, Jack, I think, said that he gave him away. I don't know what he was thinking, but we've been dealing with dark magics here in Cornsteg, and it seems to me that that stuff might come up again. We need to know as much about it as we can in order to defeat it once more, should it arise. Jack says he can get it back, but he needs some gold.
The book.
I understand, Dalen, the trust may be difficult between us. We have not spoken much. I appeared out of nowhere, so I am happy for you to provide it to Riktor instead. A man I assume you hold in higher esteem.
Oh yeah, we lost Becca.
Becca down. Woman down.
Woman down.
Well, to be honest, Brother Dalen, Jack's only been with us a couple of days, but he's been, albeit cantankerous, he's been loyal and dedicated, and you saw him sacrifice himself trying to defeat that ungodly crap in that nightmare of a house.
Who did Markus give these books to?
The Archmage of the Mages Guild.
The Mages
A
Guild?
man of not sound character, I can assure you.
I find it suspicious, Dalen, that the Archmagus had a criminal operating inside of his own guild and didn't know. They got all kinds of alarms and traps and doodads up in that place. And he is a young fellow, from what I hear.
The Mages Guild in Corinth. Sorry.
What use do we have for a necromancer's books? Surely such dark things belong locked away in a library.
Magic is not evil unless used for such means. You yourself dabble in the same arts, praying to your god. Did you not attempt to bring my soul back from the dead to inhabit my corpse once again? Is this not just necromancy?
That's not the Concordian church we were in. But
Would your church not provide the same service?
I don't know. We are very recent in this
Yeah,
area.
no. When
I'm not sure.
so out of character, knowledge-wise, Dalen, you know that such things amongst religious people, the style of magic, it's viewed as a miracle. It's really the style of which it's done and the god of which it's, associated with, and whether the person brought back is in control of their own thoughts is a large part of it, and whether they're forcibly brought back or not. So that is all the different things which kind of classify as necromancy, not
miracles.
Also, Johannes, lost your camera.
Oh wow, we are having technical difficulties left and right.
Internet in Britain, obviously, not doing well.
Dalen?
Yeah,
I say, wow.
the American guys, we never fail. Yeah.
It's dark magic, it's true. It's magic that can be abused, it can be twisted, but so can a fireball launched by a mage of good intent. He can burn a city down, an orphanage. It is best to know of such magic and to ensure those that we know and can trust to guard it, or better yet, that it is destroyed, rather than an unknown factor who has already allowed such trickery to arise in his midst. A man who I can vouch for unsoundness from those who operate within the guild itself.
My old man used to say, Brother Dalen, keep your friends close, but your enemies closer, and I think this kind of magic's maybe a perfect example of that. It's better that it's in our control, Concordia's control, than some damn archmage.
There were rumours of how the Archmage arose to his position at such a young age. I shall say no more than that. This is not my secret to tell.
I shall consult with the higher-ups of the church before I make my final decision. But I will admit such necromantic practices have been known to flow between guild to guild and crop up and cause problems. We know there is a book. They shouldn't have it. What are the laws on necromancy, Alex?
It's illegal.
So is possessing necromantic terms illegal as well?
Yes.
Right. So we know the Mages Guild has a necromantic tome.
Does, but whether you know the intricate laws as to the fact that the Mages Guild actually is an intrinsic part of the city, well, in the sense that the head of the Mages Guild is almost always on the Council of the Six, and usually fulfills the role of almost always fulfills the role of the, where have I got the list here?
Dalen, it is safe to say that you must consult your higher ups. I can respect that.
Oh, yeah.
But can we at least first acquire the books? So even if your lords decide that such a tome must be burned, we still have it within our possession. It's a matter of expediency. The less time that the guild has it in its control, the less time it is for somebody of less than moral nature than you or I has time to peruse its dark arts.
How will you acquire this book?
I have a friend who works in the Mages Guild. With the right prices, he can acquire the tomes to me.
Will 100 gold satisfy you?
Give us 300, and any change I will pass to Riktor to return to you.
Are you going to need me to come with you, Jack? I was going to go out on a hunt today.
You can go on a hunt, but if you trust me with the gold, then that's
Alright,
fine.
look, here, boom. I reach into my pocket, I pull out 300 gold, I say, hopefully, Brother Dalen, Concordia will find it to pay me back this 300 gold. If not, come on. What do we need to do?
What have you...
And I walk out.
I agree. I'll get a receipt.
Well, I hear you start to talk, but I stop. Were you going to say something, Brother Dalen?
I was like, how much gold was that cloak, by the way?
Well, once I get it dyed up, it's going to be 1,200. But Samwell chipped in his share. He chipped in 600. So I'll be a little short, but it'll be all right. We'll get it sooner or later.
Right. Well, I do not have 300 gold. I can talk to the church. We normally have finances here, there, and everywhere to acquire things we need. I shall consult the father.
All right,
then I will see to you.
You go up to the high priest, and he goes, "What is it? What?"
It appears the mages of this city are in possession of a necromantic tome. I have an associate who would be willing to acquire this tome for us, but he requires 300 gold.
300 gold? That is a large sum of money, Brother Dalen.
I know. Which leads me to believe it is a very
just so you know,
important
the stream's
tome.
fucked up.
Has it?
Oh, is it?
Yeah, mine is... Johannes is in my slot. I am halfway through.
Oh, yeah, that's because Rebecca left. That's because Rebecca left. Well,
Did her internet fail?
I don't know. I'll check my phone to see if she's texted me. But,
Can I, like... I wonder if I can invade someone else's square.
I just have an internet died. Well, Markus is in the right place. So...
I'm okay, I think.
So
Magic.
Nala, Riktor, and Samwell. Right. Well, it looks like now's a perfect time to take a 10-minute break.
Punch yourself right in the mic.
So, while we try and sort this out, see if we can get Rebecca back here. Go do something else.
So.
Okay, sorry about that. Unfortunately, the temperamental internet at Rebecca's and my house was cutting out for a minute there. But we're all back again. Now, Jack was going off to see the botanist. And what are the rest of you doing?
I was talking to the father.
Oh yes, you're talking to the father, and he was just like going, 300 gold. No. What return on this investment will we get? We're trying to get a foothold here with such a large amount of money. If we can't get the same amount of money back, it's going to be very problematic. Now, necromancy, of course, it's very bad, and we should do everything to stop it, but I'm not entirely sure we currently have the resources to just hand out like that until we've really established ourselves and we can tackle real tasks such as the prevalence of necromancy and poverty and all such. But I can, if you have any good investments for that 300 gold, I can maybe help you out there.
I've already told him about the orphanage, haven't I? You probably
No, you hadn't done that yet, just because I was doing the other stuff.
No, I was meant to do that ages ago.
Sorry.
As an investment, I suppose I can tell him there is an orphanage that we could run, filled with fine art.
You say an orphanage? An orphanage isn't investment; it's an expense.
No, but this orphanage was recently a judge's house, so it's currently filled with fine art to provide immediate liquid cash.
Immediate liquid. Well,
there will be an orphanage in the long run.
We can facilitate the selling of these pieces of artwork, and I'm sure we can give you most of the proceedings.
I'm sorry, I'm being told I'm a bit too far to the left. Yes. We shall make it so for the people, for the goddess.
Kind of frowns up, comes up, he says, "You here? Go, brother Dalen, to this property is acquired. He says we can have the artwork."
Let's go get some art.
Okay, so is anyone still in the house?
Yes.
So Samwell and Nala, I guess then. Or
No, I think Nala went with me.
I'm with
shopping,
Riktor.
right? Yeah.
I've left as well.
well,
Nala and I went shopping, so yeah.
Okay.
so
I was not here for that.
Samwell, as you're doing your reading and going about your other business, Dalen returns with a small group of
I
priests.
return as well.
Okay. Well, you see Dalen coming in with a small group of priests following him, and they're just going through the house, taking the large and small paintings off of the walls, and then just taking them out of the front door, leaving the kind of unbleached wallpaper from where the paintings once were.
Brother,
Yes.
you saw what Nala's reaction was to 40 platinum. I don't know if this is the best course of action.
The art comes with the house, my dear Samwell. The money was in his private safe. It's a different matter entirely.
I won't pretend to understand any of this. And I'll sit back down.
Worry not.
Alright, so that all goes on with them proffering the artwork around. What is Markus doing at the moment with Nala?
Nala, as we walk to, I guess the marketplace now, since we've done a bunch of stuff already, Nala, do you think I did the right thing with the wizard's books?
You are very trusting, which I do not know this mage myself. Do not know how the Mages Guild is run. I do not know whether they will properly dispose of necromantic books. But you may be right in that. What did you say?
I thought that I did think about destroying them, but I didn't think that was in that was my choice to destroy something like that, so I gave it away instead. It's it's difficult to make the right choice sometimes. Jack is furious with me, as you can see.
A little too furious, I believe.
Just problems trying, and you would have destroyed them, wouldn't you?
Yes, I would.
Not sure I like the finality in that, but let's just finish what we started, and then we'll just go back to shopping.
Okay, you go back to shopping. Anything in particular you're looking for? Or just
yeah, just the stuff that I said. Yeah, I'm just gonna do all the stuff on my list. That's it.
All right, I'll give you a sum of how much gold that costs.
And when you get to the horse bit, I say that I've got a spare horse if you need one.
In fact,
what is it?
It's a riding horse.
I'm actually looking to buy buy a real horse, so I can have like an animal friend.
Draft horses are real horses. That's mean to horses who are draft horses.
I mean a real riding horse.
Also, yeah, I've got a riding horse.
Oh,
like
really?
I don't have a draft horse. I've got a riding horse.
Okay. I know it's fine. Maybe Dalen needs it. He is quite slow after all.
Might have been drawn a rock.
So all the items which have a value, Harun, just go through and find them in the book and add it up. Yeah, so you can also choose the quality of clothes and that. It's all here to find for a reasonable price in the city. Right, so Riktor, you're at the house, right? Riktor's at the house. And that means we've got Jack, who's going back to see the botanist. So you turn up once again, and he sees you and walks in, and he goes, "Alright, so, what have you..."
I plunked down 300 gold onto the table.
He looks around and goes, "Alright, this is going to be some way. I should hopefully be able to get back one, if not both, of the books of this. It's going to take me a couple days, though."
I nod.
Yes. Right. Well, I haven't been given any new tasks as of yet. Well, I've been hearing rumors of mysterious things and strange happenings in the Far East. Keep an eye of that.
Will do. This Lord Marshal, by the way, can he be trusted?
He's been the Lord Marshal for 5 years now. From what I can tell, he's done a pretty good job. If I remember correctly, he used to be a mercenary in his younger age. Trusted.
Very well.
Well, he's a good strategist, that's what I've heard. Haven't had any dealings with him myself.
I'll see what we can do to assist him in his endeavours. I'm staying at the Fellows' Respite or Temple of Concordia. You can get a message to me there. Send the message to a Guy Talahan.
Guy Talahan. He kind of goes, write this down on a bit of paper and just like... He kind of bows to you and goes, go on for your tasks. I have mine, and I'll do my best to retrieve those books for you. Acquire.
You don't happen to have any, I don't know, poisoner's tools or, herbalist's tools?
He kind of looks and goes, I stock poisoner's tools and herbalist tools for when the need arises.
Okay. How much would you save for a kit, for an old friend?
I only have one for the poisoners, but if you want the herbalists, I can give you them for a reasonably cheap price.
The herbalist will do.
25 gold pieces. Should cover my
gold pieces.
Should cover my expenses. He goes in and kind of gathers a few bits and pieces and puts them in a box. Right, this should be everything you'll need.
Okay. I put it into my bag and I head back to the manor where hopefully I find Samwell still reading.
Samwell is indeed still reading now.
Look at
How many hours?
You get 8 hours a day. Just remember that. So if you spend
I
half a day,
plot
that's 4
that.
hours.
I plonk the herbalist kit down in front of him.
What is this?
I see you've been interested in the botanical arts. I had a friend who wanted to give me up a kit. Thought it may help you.
This is a huge help. Thank you. I hope it was not too much trouble acquiring it.
No.
I hope to
We go.
learn to make health elixirs for our small party.
Good thing I didn't go for the other option there. Anyway, we go back a long, long time. It wasn't that much of an issue.
Well, thank you, Jack. And I go to shake your hand.
I shake it.
You find out about them tomes, Jack.
I'll have them in the next couple of days.
Alright.
Next time we get paid, you can take. If the church doesn't pay you back, you can take how much I took off you out of my share.
Righto.
In regards to a next line of work, however, speaking of relevance, did some inquiring, did some talking. Some old friends. The Lord Major, he pays well. He's a good man.
Lord
He used to be a
Marshal.
mercenary. Lord Marshal, don't know why I said Lord Major. Lord
A
Marshal.
mercenary.
He used to be a mercenary when he was younger. Hopefully he won't be too askant of those of a similar profession.
My father used to say never to trust a mercenary.
You say, as a mercenary.
Yeah, that's right. I'm not a mercenary, by the way. I'm a servant Concordia. There's a huge difference.
Just so long as, the difference is made up in coin.
Well, I use my coin to further the unification process.
Oh, absolutely. I didn't doubt your resolve. But as I said, he's reported to be a good man. He's reported to be honest at the very least. And he pays well. It might be worth giving him a visit at some point in the near future.
Where
Your
is-
friend.
Pardon?
What was that, Samwell?
Your friend, he seems very knowledgeable.
He's lived in the city for a long time.
You haven't mentioned our names to him by any chance.
Nope.
Riktor and mine.
Nope. He thinks I've come on my own.
I would be interested to know if he has heard our names.
Oh, I can assure you, he has most definitely heard your names. He keeps his ears to the ground, that one does.
What do you think, Samwell?
Can we trust him? I just don't know
Oh.
what to make of it.
Oh, we can trust him.
Well, we need to get out of Cornsteg, either way.
If we're looking for something, there's been rumours that somewhere to the east trouble is brewing.
The east.
Nowhere more specific than that, I'm afraid, but apparently rumours, messages, something's not exactly right.
Well, I'll be frank with you, Jack. I got no interest in going east to Cornsteg.
I'm not
East.
here to tell you what to do, Riktor. I'm merely here to offer advice.
Eastern Coronsteg or east of Coronsteg?
East of Corinth.
Yeah, something out of character. I want you to know, because these are very much city-states, their borders don't actually extend much more than maybe 20 miles outside of the city.
But if you wish to stay in Corinsteg and you have no interest in travelling to the further lands, then I recommend, if we're looking to keep up our current expenses, we have a talk with the Lord Marshal.
I have no problem with that.
Oh, sorry.
I guess it can't hurt
Anyway.
to hear him out.
Exactly. Anyway, I'm tired of these old bones. That old story, I'm going to go rest.
Samwell, I think I'm gonna go pick out a hide for the cloak. You want to come with, or do you want to head over and
Yes.
talk to the Lord Marshal? See what you
No, I'll go with you.
As you walk out, if you're going to go talk to the Lord Marshal, I wouldn't mind a knock on the door. I'd be interested in meeting this fellow who has spoken
On
of
our
so
way
high-
there, we will pick you up.
Yeah, we'll take the whole group over there, so we can all overwhelm him with our
With our
charm.
brightness.
He's Lord Marshal, he must have land magical items.
Maybe we'll throw that stupid lizard at him first, see what he makes of her.
Loot him.
I'm glad you both agree. Time
Alright.
is, after all, consent.
So
Right, well, I go
I'm
there.
not there.
I know. I'm talking to Samwell and.
Yeah, I do chuckle at that, and then I head to my room to meditate.
okay, so
Shall
you're gonna go pick out a hide?
Hide. I also want to go buy a locksmith.
Yeah,
Buy a
there,
whole locksmith.
By a person.
there are locksmiths. There are plenty of locksmiths and a large number of tanneries in Coronsteg. So, if we want to do this quickly, or you can
Yeah, we
just,
can hand wave. Totally.
Yeah.
Let's hand wave.
all right. So, what kind of quality of hide do you want?
I want nothing but the finest for my friend.
Okay, so you are part of the Tanners Guild anyway, aren't you? So if you want to make
Yeah.
me a persuasion check to try and get a really nice... Are you trying to get a cloak or just a hide already? Which one?
I mean, if there's like an undyed like hide already cut to a cloak, that'd be great. I'm gonna dye our colors, obviously, but
Any particular material you're going for? Anything special? Because there are kind of more interesting and...
what are my options? What are my options? Enlighten me, sir.
So your options are... So of course you've just got standard leather. There are also in the nearby area there's going to be, well, strangely enough, that appears to be giant leather going, which is quite expensive at the moment. Let's see. I need to look at the monster manual to see what kind of other leathers would there be.
How much is the giant leather?
So the giant's leather, that's the stuff that's quite thick. Probably not something you want to make a cloak out of, to be honest, unless you want to be quite heavy, but it would be quite durable at the same time. There's going to be... they have basilisk's leather in at the moment as well, which is pretty expensive. For something large enough for a cloak, it's probably going to set you back about 200 gold for a basilisk one. The giant one, you're looking at, for once again, for the cloak size, about the same price. Normal leather, you can actually easily get a very nice, incredibly high quality one for 10 gold.
I'll take one of those.
Okay. Right, yeah, you just get some of the highest quality Kronsteg leather. Enough for one cloak or more than one?
Just one right now.
Okay.
One at a time, Samwell. You get to be first to model our excellent cloaks that we're all gonna have someday.
Getting cloaks.
Getting cloaks.
I presume you then go back to the
Cannot wait.
enchanter?
I'll probably dye it first,
Alright,
and then to the enchanter.
so I guess you'd spend a couple hours dyeing it. So it's getting on to the late afternoon at this point. By the time you finish and you head over to the enchanter, once again the two guards there who stand outside of the front of his establishment and ask to pat you both down.
This again, you two.
It is our job, sir.
We spend a good minute taking all our weapons out. Oh, and this one.
Yep.
This one.
You'll have them
And
back
that one.
when you're out of the
Today.
shop.
Literally doing
Not-
the commando
don't
dressing down.
Don't go too far above my knee there, fella. You're gonna grab something you don't want to.
That's not a knife.
He kind of looks at you and then just kind of shakes his head and continues doing a thorough patting down. You feel slightly violated.
I shimmy a little bit, like as he's doing.
And then they let you into the store and you go, so, I see you've brought a different friend with you this time.
This one is.
Oh, you cut out for a sec there. It's just,
This one is much more sophisticated than that last Cretan.
I can definitely tell. Now,
I was polite to him last time. I
told him the quality of
Astaan.
the shop right in front of him.
I remember being very polite to him. You know.
now, what can I help you
I'm
with
sure it was a misunderstanding.
this fine
Sorry.
day?
Making shit up.
You can be polite, but rude.
You remember that matter we discussed? And I lay down the cloak. Well, I got a cloak, and I pull out my sack, 1,200 gold, and there's the cost.
So he goes, okay, this should take me just under a week to complete.
All right. Now, also, do you offer discounts for heroes?
I'm afraid if we did, most of our customers would get a discount. So we call that the price.
Oh, the price. Okay, well, that's too bad. I was gonna, do some free advertising for your fine establishment here, but
Well,
if I'm just getting the price, so be it.
if you're talking about advertising, I have heard about your group. Although, do you have a name? I'm sure we could make an arrangement if you are going to be doing well and getting some good publicity. Of course, any negative publicity, and I would have to revoke any discount.
I look at Samwell.
A name.
A name, yes.
Oh,
If you're going to be a
great guy.
group, I need a name if you want us.
one second. We'll
We
be,
have a
we'll be
name.
right back with you.
We haven't.
Okay. Can I say something? While
No.
Jack
while,
and Fool's Code.
no, while we
Samwell.
were on the way to whatchamacallit.
While you're on the way.
I like Richter's Rangers.
You do.
It's got a nice ring to it.
Yes, the alliteration is quaint. Yeah, I can see what you would like about it.
You got a better idea.
Samwell's Sirens, perhaps.
That's pretty
I
good
don't know.
too.
Sibilance, no, is
Pretty good.
very last century. I don't think we're qualified to make this decision.
Also,
Hello.
like out of character, I want to point out that you don't want your names to be like going out and about.
I like Jack's old
I know. Can we
Not my real
roleplay
name.
without everybody jumping in from across the world?
I apologise.
Yeah.
He kind of looks. Because I need a name of these heroes who will be doing my advertising.
Of course.
Hey, just work on the cloak, right? We'll tell you what our name is.
Do you want this discount, or are you going to persist to be rude to me?
We're gonna whisper via chat while you guys go to another scene.
All right. So really, other than that, it's just shopping. Unless anyone else has anything to do today.
I suppose it's what's going on with the Concordian Antiques Roadshow.
Disappear for a second.
Oh, so the Concordian Antiques Roadshow across the next few hours has stripped the house of all of its artwork, unless you stop them from taking any particular pieces.
Orphans don't need art. Which seems quite harsh, but so very true.
Yeah, so
Messed up.
they've stripped that, and they currently move them all. And there's a bunch of different, basically, scholars and interns of the Concordians just going through all the pieces, and they seem to have brought in artwork specialists, and they're basically just valuing all of the different pieces at the moment.
The best day they've ever
And
had.
At the end of the day, they go back to Dalen and just that 300 gold. Here you go. And he takes out 300 gold and plops into his the paintings will easily cover that and help us cover the last part of our budget we need to finish our glorious chapel.
Praise Concordia.
Praise Concordia for it has brought us such fine pieces of artwork, and some amateur ones too.
Was the judge painting himself?
He had he had a room which looked like a kind of art room. They took literally all the art.
Oh my.
Yeah, Concordians are thorough, practical people. I would be disappointed if they left anything behind.
And yeah, so they plop you over 300 gold. It's thank you, and
Sweet.
of course we will do our best in managing this orphanage. We'll set aside as much gold as is left over to deal with that. Although, have you thought about setting up or using this house for a more profitable venture, which of course we can then use the funds from that to create an orphanage in a more city-fitting area?
I'm afraid this house came about as a dispute between the Kembar and mercenary. So they agreed upon making it an orphanage and submitting it to Concordia, but it is out of our hands legally. But I could talk with the owner.
Well, see if you can work on fair. I'm sure with such a nice property, we can put it to more profitable use and create a larger, less elitist orphanage for a larger number of people, which I'm sure is a much better pursuit. You would not agree?
I agree entirely, father. I shall seek out the The owner.
Remember-
Wherever she may hide.
We'll be very much willing to send our managers, of course, to manage and make the property as profitable as possible. We don't
That is
want...
the Concordian way.
Yes, it is.
Would the goddess have it any less?
Praise Concordia. Brother.
Praise Concordia. You gotta love Concordians. The best kind of people.
Hey, they're never going to throw away a good investment.
No, never.
Alright,
It's for the unification.
so I guess, oh god, what has happened to Johannes?
What's happened? Johannes!
What?
You
Yes.
Is there something you... Oh, there you go. It was horrible. It looked like you had been attacked by some kind of slime. It consumed you up to your neck.
Oh no.
What the fuck?
Wait, what?
I want what Alex is on.
What the fuck did I miss?
It might appear in the stream a few moments later.
Oh yeah, I see it. I see it.
Oh my god, alright, yeah.
You haven't proven it. Johannes was far too good looking to be real. He's actually just a computer simulation.
I don't know what that is. I have no idea.
He's slime food.
He's not wrong, I mean, he's not...
Okay, so the rest of the day goes
Sorry.
by then. If
I don't
you,
know why Alex is doing heads, shoulders, knees, and toes on the stream for like 3 seconds there. You were literally like, do.
my hands, they do what they
That's what I
want.
wanted to know.
Anyway,
That's actually a syndrome called alien hand syndrome. You need to get that checked out, Alex.
anyway, so I guess the rest of the evening goes by. Presume you'll come back and do your.
Oh, I still wanted to go to a locksmith.
Oh yeah, you still want to go to a
Or-
locksmith. What kind of how good a lock do you want basically? What do you want the lock
I just
for?
want a door lock for my bedroom.
Yeah, basically, what quality of lock do you want? A kind of apprentice, what's the word? Journeyman.
What's the price difference?
Okay, so like cheap locks you can get for about 10 gold, better locks about 30 gold, and like really good locks are going to put you back about 60 gold. And anything beyond that is like a custom make, which you'll have to pay depending on the exact.
I want.
Also depends. Yeah,
I
for
want,
a door.
I want a
Yes.
60 gold lock with 3 keys.
Yeah. So that will. Yeah, that will cost you 62 gold pieces then.
Okay.
Unless you want to make a persuasion check to try and barter quickly.
No, I don't. I want to be like non-discreet and get the fuck out of there.
Okay, cool.
Samwell, what do you think?
Yes.
Did you like the name? Did you like the name or what? Where are we at?
Uh,
We got to make a decision here.
Troll slayers.
No, that's really bad. I don't know what I was thinking. I'm just trying to sounding board off you here.
Yeah, no. There are no wrong answers here. Perhaps
what about
something
something
in Elvish.
Elvish.
Children.
You want to fancy it up?
I was going to say the white guard, but that has too many connotations.
We have it in halfling.
Yeah,
no one
like,
speaks halfling.
Also, technically, only brown person here.
We're like
You
we
got
are.
opportunities. Yeah.
Peru.
We're a pretty spiritual,
I'm straight,
motivated group in many regards. Wouldn't you agree, brother?
I mean, I feel, yes, I'm trying more and more.
Oh, as am I.
What-
You know.
what
How do you like?
Concordia?
What about battle saints? How do you like that?
Battle Saints.
Saints
Sound
of
like a
battle.
Saints Row ripoff.
It's out of our hands, Jacob. Total control.
It is. Well, we can say no.
Wow.
I hope.
Yes. When they come back to us like, we're called this. Like, what?
Slap.
We're called
It's
Riktor
too
is
long.
the best, Markus is a fool.
It's too long.
Oh god. Yeah, I've just been doing the right thing.
I turned to the guy. Listen, we need to consult our companions.
Yes.
When I pick up the cloak, in what'd you say? You'll have it done in 2 days?
7.
Oh, 7. My mistake. Well, in that case, in 7 days, when I come back to pick up the cloak, we'll tell you then.
If I don't have too much business, maybe 6.
All right. I would shoot for 6 if I were you. Regardless, we'll tell you the name then, and then we'll discuss our discount. All right?
Very well. He takes the gold and the cloak and says, "Enjoy the rest of your days. I will
You too, sir.
for my highest quality work, and I hope you come up with a good name."
Okay. Do you have any suggestions?
Yes,
Don't
please.
trust Alex for names.
The leather
What's the
shop
name of your
workers.
What's the name of your shop?
What was the name of his shop? I actually didn't. Did I have this written down somewhere?
What did I call this place?
You mean the brass lanterns, Alex?
Oh wait, I think I actually have the name written down. Hold on. Let me check my notes.
It's much easier to do. It's much easier to do names for evil bands than it is for good bands.
Halen. You don't remember the name of your shop? Was it Halen's?
Oh yeah, what was it? It was Halen something. I'm trying to remember what I called it now.
Halen's,
Hang on, I think I got it.
Let me proposition you this there, Mr. Halen. If you wanted to say, outfit the rest of our group with some magical items, we could be called Halen's Heroes. You could have full-on
Heroes.
sponsorship of our team and be serving Concordia. How does that sound to you?
Who doesn't love Concordia?
From what I've heard of your group, or the little I've heard, I'll say it has been good. But
We are starting an orphanage.
before I risk my name a little too much, I'll wait for you to prove your worth. Maybe you can change your name after my gear gets you through some tough times.
Okay. Well, we will be back.
I love that.
Harun, have you found the name of that shop? I don't think I wrote it down.
Yeah, well,
I didn't wrote down. I only wrote down Halen's name.
yeah, I think you didn't give us a name. I have Enchanter Halen, and then I have the Elvish book on enchanting, theory, and science.
It's probably Enchanter Halen. It's probably Halen's
and then
Enchant.
Halen's Enchantry, you know?
Yeah,
Something like
Halen's Enchantry is probably the name of it.
Enchanter Halen's Curiosos and more.
No, because he doesn't have curiosities. He does like custom enchantments. Unfortunately, so it probably is just Halen's Enchantry.
I'm writing that down now, just so we remember it in the future.
Yeah. Cool. All right.
I
So
want that book.
okay, so that's all that done. You've got the next day comes around, morning. Giles cooks, not Giles. Giles isn't your servant. Ewan even. Ewan cooks you
It's very nice
lovely
of you,
breakfast.
Giles. We have a 7 for that, though.
Waking you all promptly up at 8 o'clock with tea and whatever else he makes you for breakfast. Probably some nice fresh bread this morning, some slices of beef. Anyway, so next day, what are you guys doing?
Alex, I'm going to spend the day helping Samwell learn how to be a herbalist.
Are you a trained herbalist?
I have proficiency in the herbalist kit.
Oh, guys,
Cool.
I'd just like to point out that unless it's different from someone else, all the screens are black for me.
I probably minimized
Yeah,
Skype
it's
by
the same
accident.
thing, yeah.
There we go. Sorry, it's every time I minimize Skype by accident. I'm switching between a lot of windows. Okay, occasionally I minimize when I mean to just switch. All right.
So I am proficient in a herbalist kit. I don't know if that's what you're looking for.
Yeah, no, that counts. So what I'll say is, you, while having having Jack assist you, for every 3 hours you get an additional 1 hour
All right.
while Jack is helping
I'll
you.
do that for the day.
Right.
Can we have a conversation over breakfast?
Yeah.
So, folks, went down and talked to the enchanter. We have a nice cloak worked up for Samwell here. Now I'm trying to get us some sponsorship, if you will. But the enchanter suggested that we need a name in order to better advertise his wares, as it were. Anyone got any bright ideas on the name for our little group here?
The concept is silly, but you all claim to serve Concordia, or at least most of you do. What are the colours of your church, priest?
Blue and gold.
Ha, gay.
Gold. I'm surprised since you do not like the luxuries.
No, but we do acquire a lot of fine things through our organization. They do like money. Money is the great unifier, sadly.
Money is a wonderful thing, brother.
That was
Dalen.
It is.
Money is how
does.
we conduct trade honorably between each other. I mean,
Many,
it's that
many
or
generous
steal.
donations. Not thieves.
Not
thieves.
Caffrey would have fitted beautifully.
Yeah.
Church.
Already missing Caffrey.
Yeah, blue
What
and
has
gold,
happened,
but,
Caffrey?
Didn't I not know that?
He left.
yeah, it's
Like,
blue and gold.
has Caffrey's case been settled yet?
He's at large.
Wasn't
So-
Caffrey your responsibility? No.
No,
it was
Dalen's.
both mine and Dalen's responsibility.
I have submitted reports about
Yeah.
Caffrey.
After
You don't know where he is?
After submitting the reports about Caffrey, and Caffrey forgoing monetary reward for his tasks, he was essentially let free, but on the precaution that any crimes will carry 5 times the sentence which he commits.
Recommended profession spy, but you know he needs a good incentive.
But yeah, no, that he
Yeah.
was let go, basically saying that you're on a thin wire.
As a name, the Swords of Damocles.
How about Unity's
that's-
champions?
That's a little looming for my taste, Jack.
Well, what
thing
are we
is,
not if we're not those who destroy those who would break the order that you wish to instill? Are we not the proverbial Sword of Damocles?
What the hell is a Damocles?
Who is this
He
down?
was an old king. He was an
An
old
old
king.
king.
No,
Ruled
I don't
through
work
fear and
for.
justice.
I don't work for a king, Jack.
Not saying you do. He's long dead, as is his empire.
Let's
Lost
keep it
in
that
ruin.
way. Next name. Nice try. You can do better, I'm sure.
Why not Unity's champions? Well, that is what we are trying to achieve.
The thing is,
That
I
is what you were trying
do
to
not
achieve.
fight for unity. I fight for the protection of people. And I respect your unity, but that is not my main goal.
That is fair. Fair.
Well, this is not a name that really bothers me all that much. It is, after all, your group that should be bearing its title most boldly.
Are you
Oh,
leaving us,
saying-
Jack?
Are you leaving us, Jack?
No, I am merely here to advise. I'm here to help
We would
you.
have you as part of our group.
Yeah, either get in or get out. It's one or the other, bud. Advisor. Serious?
Very well, then I shall make my
Something.
thoughts plain on this matter. Unity's champions is stupid.
Was that so
Wound.
hard?
I I
Sorry,
fear it must, name must
sorry,
be
Dalen.
unanimous.
I have to agree with that.
Yes. Well, as
After
champion
hearing
of
Markus
Unity,
agree with
I'd
me,
say
I go,
go
I
for it.
recant my earlier statement.
You can recant all you want, Jack. Unity's champions are still stupid. Unity's champions.
I look,
I think
it's not-
we're-
I have to agree with the fool, but yes.
Does no one have any ideas? I offered
Well, I
battle
would say we're
shots.
knights.
Excuse me?
I would not say we're knights. We're not exactly the most honourable collection. A killer.
What are you talking about? We hunted down bad people. We fucking let bugbears go. And we're starting an orphanage. It
And
doesn't come
yet
much more
you-
honorable than that.
And yet you murder a man who deserves to face the justice of the courts.
He was
You acted.
fighting. He served his
And-
justice in battle.
Okay. Good to know. You'll never take prisoners if they fight back.
I'll take prisoners if they surrender. And he did not surrender,
Wow.
he kept fighting.
Why not just simply the Concord?
Jack, do you have a problem with what
Concordia.
happened? You were
Order.
laying there
Peacefulness.
unconscious. You were about to
I
die.
have many problems with what
Law
happened.
and order?
I mean, that son of a bitch had to die. He had a death sentence. So what's the problem? Nala carried out judgment.
The moment you start believing you can carry out judgments is when everybody starts believing they can carry out judgment themselves. Is the very reason we set up institutions in order to judge these people dispassionately and impartially.
He'd already been judged. Well, I don't understand.
Then let the courts deal with him.
We were operating as an arm of the court, Jack.
We're operating as bounty hunters. Paid murderers.
Let us not argue at breakfast.
Yeah.
Why not simply
semantic
name
point, you're right.
the Concord? It means agreement between people or groups, and harmony and peace. That's what we strive to achieve.
I like that one. That's a good one, Brother Dalen. The Concord.
There was a great old elven party known as Urgruith, which means Fury of Fire, where we don't necessarily represent any fire, but we do have some fury in us. Perhaps just Gruith.
We have a
The
lot
elven
of
for
fire
fun.
as well.
Gruith.
I like that.
Fire?
How about the Covenant instead? An agreement of many people with different aims, all working with many different aims and different beliefs and different principles with a shared goal. I think that sums us up fairly well.
Fire Covenant?
The Fire
Fire
Covenant.
Covenant.
The Covenant of Fire. Let's go for a slightly more poetic ring for it.
I'm not sure of fire is even necessary there.
There's a lot of fire in this group. I've seen Dalen throw fire. I've seen you throw fire, Markus.
That is true.
Riktor,
You've
you
seen
lit
me
fire?
throw fire.
Yeah.
My bullets.
I've seen
Fly
Nala
by fire.
breathe fire.
And I've seen Jacob or Jack die in fire. There's been a lot of fire. Forged by fire.
Mm,
How do you say that there, Samwell?
Your weapon has like a fire element to it.
Indeed it does. Samwell?
Fireforge would be Urtamin.
What?
That's Urtamin. But that is a bit of a mouthful.
Like Rudma or Taman?
I say, we are a covenant, and those who know us will realise it is a covenant forged in fire. It is welded together.
The Covenant. I like that.
Well, what is
Decided then, we shall be the Covenant.
the Covenant?
The
Not
crazy.
the Covenant of Fire.
The Covenant forged by fire, but the Covenant to those who know us, and Cov to the lazy, I suppose.
Alright, cover.
The Covenant.
Covenant of Fire on official documents, then.
Yes.
Covenant elsewhere.
I shall let Helen know. Perhaps we'll get some free goodies.
Mm.
Oh, Brother Dalen, here's the key to my room.
Ah!
Samwell, here's the key to my room.
This
Thank
brings
you.
up an interesting question
Key to my room.
that the church posed to me. They are more than willing and happy to turn this place into an orphanage, but they instead offer a more lucrative prospect. They could turn this place into a finer establishment and open up a larger orphanage somewhere more appropriate than the upper state of this city. Of course, you will probably still get to keep your rooms. The orphanage will be self-funded through this building here that we all sit in.
And what will this building purpose be?
It'll either be some sort of management marketplace. What would it be, Alex? What did the father say?
So judging by the area in the town, he didn't actually say, but you know that
I would.
it's quite likely to be financially linked, managerially linked. It's going to be something. It's going to be something logistically linked. It could very well be a bank.
Concordian Bank is the best type of bank.
They basically they need to do their market research to decide, but it'll be something relating to the management of logistics, almost certainly.
Brother
think
Dalen,
a
why is this building not appropriate for an orphanage? What's wrong with the location?
That was
Quite.
what I was thinking.
And it's not inappropriate for orphans. It is a smallish building for a large amount of orphans. We can get a larger building elsewhere and make money from this building from the more richer clientele that live around here.
I think that one of the reasons that this place would make a good orphanage is the proximity of parentless children to actual adults with currency. You know, some may feel charitable and give more often.
I think what Marcus here is trying to say, we don't want to stick an orphanage down in the damn slums.
No, not
Yeah.
the slums.
They can put their bank down in the slums, and we'll leave the orphanage here.
As I say,
I
it is
agree with
merely an
Riktor.
offer.
I'm saying it's much easier for people to turn a blind eye to poverty and suffering if they don't have to see it every day.
It would also be nice for the children themselves to feel like they're actually a part of society and just well cared for.
Oop, Yep, this is fine. As I say, it was merely an offer from the church. They just wanted to build a bigger orphanage and make use of this property to its fullest financial possible.
How well do you know?
Also,
Concordians
where
love
does
to
the-
organise.
I'd like to point out, where did the paintings go?
They went to the church to fund the orphanage that we are currently sitting in.
Okay. I was expecting, they'd have the house, in its fullest form.
Hmm?
I was expecting the orphanage to have the house in its fullest form.
Yes, but the Church of Concordia is currently quite new in this area, so they needed some funds to actually run, to buy beds, food, organise management.
Okay. That's
So we thought, of all the things, art in such a fine area is probably the least of their worries. Did you know the judge painted? We sold some of his works too. Heard we got quite a bit.
No wonder this house looks so sparse.
Not
It's
my
got
room.
windows to lovely scenery, gardens, fine rugs. We just took the paintings off the walls.
And these individual spots of cleanliness on the walls. Yes, I'm sure.
I think we
It'll
need a
all
sign
be
out
neat.
front, by the way. Maybe Covenant kids? Guess not.
Children of the Covenant.
Children
I'm just
of
gonna
Covenant.
say that sounds super cultisty.
It does. It really does.
We will protect you from the outside, young one.
I swear to God, I've heard that before somewhere. God.
I'm just
By the way,
warning.
our Halo, one of our watchers, Ronan, is a big fan of Halo. He's not fond of the name we have picked.
I'm going to say the connotations of the name usually drift that towards of the darker joinings of power.
Yeah.
Yes, they entirely are, but everyone else seems happy with it, so I'm quite fine with that.
Guys, okay, sidetrack a little bit. Look at this, and look at the man's face.
It beats the Cabal, let's all be honest.
Oh wow.
Look at his face. It's just
Done.
like, come join my cult, kids.
All right. Okay. So, is there anything more before people just want to say what they do for the next day?
Oh, here's your 500 gold, Riktor. 300
Oh.
gold.
Very good, thank you, brother.
Oh, Nanala, I was wondering if maybe you'd spar with me.
Yes. I'd
Thank
be
you.
glad to.
So yeah, we'll just go in the garden, and also our cameras got messed up, and spar. There we go.
Okay. Yeah, you two go spa. Nala is unsurprisingly very strong. You haven't really
It
encountered
kicks the
many.
shit out of me.
Yeah.
Multiple times in a row.
Yeah, you haven't met any other Dragonborn before, but so you're not entirely sure whether it's just that Dragonborn are really strong, which you've heard they generally are, or whether she's especially strong.
Like, if it's a paladin of war, then the bar's already high.
Yeah.
It's like, you just swung your warhammer into my chest. I'd really appreciate not to do that.
I'm honestly using a wooden thing, so I don't actually
Okay.
hurt you badly.
All right.
Wooden.
Only cracking a few ribs.
Yeah.
Dalen can heal you.
It's okay. She has lay on hands. Yeah. She's.
All right. So generally speaking, there's another before you get your cloak. There's going to be another 4 days or 5. No, 4 days, including the day, not including the day you're on. So 5 days, including the current day.
So I'd like to do some work on with my poisonous kit. You said I was halfway to making the poison.
Yep.
And then work with Jack on learning some herbalism.
Can I assist him with his poison making?
Are you trained as a poisoner too?
I'm not.
That I try and do in secret.
Okay, that's
when
fine.
everyone else is asleep. But the herbalism,
Okay,
yeah, I'll teach you.
Like I said, for every 3 hours, so you can do 8 hours a day. For every 3 hours you would spend, you get a 4th hour because if Jack helps you that entire time.
Alex,
okay, cool.
Make it round, please. Make it fit.
So how many days?
So you've got today and then 4 more days, so 5 days in total. But if you're going to be making poison, I think that's going to cost you. I think that's actually only going to take you like 2 more hours. I think so. Actually, 2 of those hours out of the next 40 have to be spent doing the poison. Then.
Okay.
Cool.
Hey Alex, when I'm not sparring with Nala or just living, I'd like to read my my small enchanting, my small elvish enchanting tome, and I'd like to have another try at that.
Yeah, but that's absolutely fine. And what are you trying to start doing? What enchantment are you going for?
I'm gonna. We agreed that a simple enchantment would be something like light on a staff, right?
Yeah.
Is there anything else I could try and accomplish?
You could try. That's to start off with. There are a couple other things you could like noises. Basically, kind of general simple reactions, like maybe even heating up slightly with a condition, or maybe just without a condition. So, for example, you can make if you want, make something ring when swung would be a potential thing you could do, or try to do to begin with as you try and learn your way through how to enchant.
Okay, I'm just gonna try enchanting my my quarter staff again with light.
All right, yeah, go for that. All right, yeah, you start that now with a slightly better understanding. You can make me another roll, an Arcana roll, and while you're doing this, you'll expend 1 first level spell slot, or up to 4 first level spell slots a day doing this if you want.
Okay.
All right. So you're doing it, and yeah, you do make some progress. You notice when it gets to the evening and you go to bed that it appears to very lightly give off light, but then slowly dims again when you go to bed sleep. And you think, doing this for a while longer, you might be able to give it a permanent glow and maybe even a potentially bright light in the future. All right.
Yeah, no, I'm trying to sew it like it does light on command, you know? Yeah.
Alright, so
I'm gonna go see my contact as well, by the way.
Alright, so for Riktor, so you what commands do you, so come, stay, and sit. So can you make me 3 animal handling checks?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you teach him stay quite easily. Sit isn't particularly hard, and yeah, you actually managed to get across all 3 of those over the couple of days. Question: are you going to go to Halen? When are you going to Halen to inform him of the name choice?
The day that I pick up the cloak.
Hey, so you go and inform him, and he's like, very well, I'll have it emblazoned across all the gear I produce for you, and. Yeah, he goes off. And can you make me a gunsmith's test for me? Okay. Which one were you making? The lever action or revolver style long neck? Which one? The revolver's easier.
It's more appropriate. I was kind of like
the revolver would be easier.
Your discretion.
Right, so as you'd already been working on it a bit, you actually think you've kind of got some blueprints which you could maybe go ahead of making a prototype at. And so on the fourth night,
Of like a revolver style rifle is what I was talking about.
yeah, then that's fine. Yeah, that's the simpler, or the one you'd be more easy to make blueprints for and design. So up until the fourth night, what is everyone else doing?
Sorry, go on.
I'd go tell the father that they want the house to be the orphanage, so just let them know that, and then ask if there's any business that the church needs seeing to.
As always, Dalen, we have plenty of paperwork, but I know you have never been too keen on paperwork. But
I am itching to get out there.
if you want to be of help, has a large. He just pulls up a large stack of papers. Just like, you can always work your way through these.
I traveled 200 miles and the paperwork is still here.
But no,
I'll do that.
go out, spread the word of Concordia, and do good. That is what you're good at, Dalen.
That's what I am good at. I'll go around preaching and doing paperwork in the evenings, I suppose.
All right. So, Samwell, what were you doing? Are you doing anything else other than?
Well, in that time, I would have potentially time to actually finish that book. I believe you said 50 hours.
Yep. Book.
And the time, even without Jack's help, gets me past that. So I would like to get the second book.
You go and buy the second book. I believe each book costs, what was it, 50 gold?
50 gold.
Yep.
Okay. Then I go to Riktor and ask him for 50 gold to borrow. Does that work?
If you express interest in the book, I'll fork over 50 gold to you.
Thank you, Jack.
Okay.
Then I find a way to pay for it. And then I think I have 10 hours left over.
Yep.
To spend reading with Jack.
On the fourth night, by the way, Riktor comes to your room towards the evening, Samwell.
Alex.
Yep.
About 3 days ago, I'd have gone to get my books. You did say it would take 2 days.
Yeah, sorry, that's
like
fine.
5.
Yeah, that's fine. So you go to meet your contact, and when you get to him, he takes you inside of that. Now, I managed to get this one, but I owe a couple of people quite a bit of money. He pulls out the large spell book. From what I heard, that smaller one, the Archmage, he's keeping it himself. Apparently, he seems rather interested and protective of it. But I can get you this, but I'm gonna need a couple hundred gold to cover some of the hands, or the extra palms I had to grease. And he hands you over the large spell book, which you saw earlier.
You can wait till the end of the week.
Nah,
I'll get you the money you need.
I'm not sure I can get that smaller one. From what I've heard.
If you can put the word out, see if not you necessarily, but there's anyone you know who might be able to get that book. You know who to send them to.
It certainly seems suspicious. But afraid. No. Anyway, I'll put a few more words around, but I'm not sure I can make any more promises or gold will go any further to getting this unless we're talking about hiring any specialists.
That's fine. Do you know any good copyists in town?
You mean like forgery? I've heard of a couple. I haven't used them myself,
His
so
name
I can't.
Caffrey by any chance?
I know this man.
Anyway, never mind. You've done more than I asked. You did far better than I expected. Same as before. Any information you get, send my way.
All right.
Be safe.
Well, of course. Could you get me word on what's happening over east? That will hopefully, if I can get this back to the Order, might get us a bit more funds. I know there's something interesting happening over there.
Send them a message that the Archmage has got access to a tome he's paying far too much attention to. They may consider it a threat. Anyway, best not to be seen talking for too long. I'll make my way out.
Okay, cool.
Yep, and I head out, and I return back to the mansion where I just go straight to my room, nodding Samwell on the way, hide the book in my room, as for now, and is Riktor about at all?
Riktor?
He's at the local lady house.
Oh no, that's in the evening. So during the day, yes, he would probably be in his room working on blueprints on some of the days, and some of the days he would be out near the stables.
Would you be here on this particular day?
Riktor, are you there on the third day?
Yeah, I'm here in the house. I'm at a desk working on the blueprints.
I knock on the door. Riktor?
I get up, I open it up.
Okay.
Come in, Jack.
Thank you. I walk in and I go over to the window and open it and light a pipe and stand next to it. Offer him the match if he wants one.
Oh, thank you. I lean back and look away from my blueprints for a little while. What's up, Jack?
I'm sure mechanical ingenuity. It's impressive. But anyway, onto the matters at hand. I was right. Markus made a mistake. I was able to acquire a couple of pages from the grimoire, but the Archmage himself has apparently taken a personal interest in that small tome. No, Hunter!
Which pages did you acquire? Anything useful?
A couple of spells. I'll scribe them into my own book. Nothing of any particularly dark nature. That wall of fire.
Did you find out anything about the Archmage?
Yes, as I said, he's taken that small book for his own personal reasons and has started to study the thing. He can't be trusted.
I agree, but what are we going to do about it?
Well, would it not be of interest to the Church of Concordia that such an important figure on the council is now actively pursuing a forbidden work?
Sure. We'll tell Dalen, I guess.
Yes. I just kind of remember as he goes, this is going to get out of control.
Maybe. I don't know how much longer we're going to be here in Cornstake, though. To be honest with you, as soon as we get that cloak done for Samwell, I want to get the hell out of here.
No, I agree.
So maybe they can investigate while we're gone, and when we stop back in a couple months or whatever, check on the orphanage and stuff.
No.
We'll see how.
No, I agree with your plan. There's not much left for us to do here. I just thought I'd warn you that it does indeed seem Markus does not think clearly in the heat of the moment.
I seem to recall me being the one warning you for that, Jack.
I smile. Well, yes. He's
so,
yeah,
we'll let Dalen know. Hey, you got any plans for tonight?
I shake my head.
You want to go down, take Samwell, and get him a girl? I don't think he's ever had one before.
You're taking a 67-year-old man to a bordello.
I mean, is that...
God.
Where does stuff happen?
In character.
Is that staff the only thing you have that's hard on you there, Jack? Or does the diploma still work?
There's no answer to this that makes me come off well. So I'm going to glare at you through a puff of smoke.
Well, you can just watch this vicariously through Samwell, I guess. Or you can just stay here in the house if you want and deal with the fucking lizard. It's fine with me too.
As soon as you said I go, nope, I'm going.
Let's go get him.
She's the only person I know who can literally light a fire under my ass.
So I'm gonna leave like my rapier and my whip in the room, lock the door behind us, go get Samwell. Samwell.
I am gonna try and
Yes.
find Dalen. Those do the thing there.
I'm
reading.
You've been working pretty hard here the last couple of days, huh? Deep in study.
Yes, I've learnt many, many new things.
don't you think some R&R would be good for your mind?
You're right. I was planning to finish up for the day anyway.
Let me ask you. You mind if I ask you a personal question, Samwell?
No, of course not.
Have you ever been with a woman? Naked.
I believe I know what you mean.
The elven bathhouse.
Never with a human woman, if that is what you mean. Elven, yes.
Oh, elven women, huh? You got some like weird like rituals that happen down there in the assassin house, or what?
It's been a while.
I love Riktor. I love Riktor so much.
Should we put an R rating on this episode?
Old man Jack gets jiggy with it.
It's been a while for me. We've been on the road for a month and a half, and now I'm actually a romantic soul. Believe it or not. But I do need companionship from time to time, and in our situation, we don't really have time to forge relationships. In fact, it wouldn't be fair.
Indeed. We are heroes, after all.
We are heroes. Indeed, we are heroes, and heroes deserve spoils. Don't you agree?
Yes, but nothing too fancy.
Well, nothing too dirty, I hope.
My tastes are very simple.
Okay. Well, you want to go... when we were investigating...
we should ask Jack to come.
I think he would be interested. In fact, I already did. How did you know? So, we're right here. We're right here, Samwell.
We're all here. Yeah.
Just mentioned it. Hopefully we don't fight over the same girl. I'm not...
No, I'll let you pick first.
Okay.
Beat your ass.
Well, when we were investigating that murder freak, I heard there was a guy who liked to visit a house here in town that has girls. You want to go down there tonight?
Yes, one with girls, please.
Alright, make sure you bathe first. Yes, girls.
Yes.
I had no doubt about you.
Now, the worrying thing is that Samwell's been practicing with herbalism and drugs. I'm just gonna leave that there.
You bathe.
It improves.
Alright,
maybe, I'll tell you this too, Samwell. Jack seemed to express some concerns about his virility, as it were. You think you can mix him up a salve? Make him a paste or something that he can rub in and...
I think that kind of thing is in the 3rd edition. I'm only on the 2nd.
Oh, I hear that one's a real moneymaker. All right.
Looks like Concordia's found their new investment.
We are going to retire now, boys and girls, and start a Viagra industry.
But anyway, so yeah.
Chickens. We're past chickens.
Presuming Riktor had already been planning this, you found out the name of that particular establishment was called the Velvet Drapes.
Drape.
The drape. Just the carpet match drapes.
Smiling.
I really hope not. That's expensive.
So. Yeah, so that you go and enjoy your evening of indulgence and
I'm getting
pleasures.
loaded, by the way. I'm just getting fucking hammered.
I get shit faced.
Okay. So can each of you roll me 2d20?
2d20. I can do that.
I roll double 1 and that's how much gold worth of alcohol it takes me to get shit faced, I swear to God. Samwell has got a liver of steel.
Boom!
Okay.
Do not.
So, you wake up in the morning to find Riktor's coin purse, 19 gold heavier, Samwell's 36 gold, and if he doesn't have 36 gold, it is you have taken it from either Riktor or Jack's, and Jack's 13 gold light. Well, once again, you've taken it from one of the others as you blagged it throughout the night of getting drunk.
No, I've got some money left over.
I wanted to bring, by the way, 2 girls back to my room.
And
you bringing them to an orphanage? How rude.
No, I'm bringing them to my room. It has a door that locks.
In which case, oh dear. Yep.
Ooh.
Well, that is how much gold you spend enjoying yourselves for the evenings.
Hey, Alex, do any of them have to make a constitution save for disease?
No.
We're not going into this much detail.
It's
Wisdom
fantasy.
saving throw.
I don't have that kind of cash.
Well then,
How much? I got you covered. Don't worry, the night's on me, Samwell. It was my idea. All right.
Hey.
Do you want a second girl too? I'll get you another.
I'll have two, yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Alex, I'm gonna spend all my money on 5 just for one of the parents.
right, there we go.
So I wake up with 5 if I can.
You all wake up in your respective rooms, headachy and surrounded by, I presume, women. I'm not, no one's. I'm not going to make any assumptions because no one's actually stated.
Mine are blonde, kind of short, and very buxom. The best looking ones in the joint, obviously.
No mish, right?
That's definitely one of Jack's five, though. It makes it.
Anyway,
it looks bigger in their hands. That's what he said last night.
I think this is enough of this. These type of jokes as you all wake up in the mornings, open your doors. You're all woken up by Ewan, each one after the other, as he goes to tell you about breakfast, and just looks just like Ewan's a bit taken aback and just like okay, and brings up
girls. What do you want to eat?
It's like
I treat my girls right.
He kind of we're opening the door without actually fully looking, and he goes, "Breakfast in bed, sir?"
Yeah. Ask the ladies what they'll have.
Yeah, he asked for the
Girls,
orders.
answer
And
the man. What do you want?
All getting the same thing regardless of what they want.
Wait, are we all in the same friggin' room?
no, you're in 3 separate rooms.
Go in my room.
Sorry,
Go in my room.
seriously, we're just talking like, wait, what? I just stick my head out. Bacon.
11.
Beer.
For
And then
11.
kind of collapse inwards into my room.
Yeah,
No, I come outside and I say, no, I'll have it downstairs. My 2 tieflings left at first light.
question:
Hey,
what gender were
Astaan.
what gender were both of those, or sex? Sorry, were both of those tieflings? There are very few tieflings in the city, and I know who they all are.
Both. They were a man and a fair wench.
Samwell bends both ways.
Oh yeah.
I suppose that tail comes to good use.
Okay, no, that's fine.
We used to the tails. No.
Actually, no, you specifically.
Pull this.
No, there was something you
chain.
specifically noticed. These 2 tieflings' tails were very short. Obviously, had been cut off at one point.
Yes. I remember that.
I want to point out that Riktor took girls who were like eager and happy in their line of work, and not go for girls that looked like they were, on drugs or slaves.
They were all eager for money, because that.
Okay. Eager for
Dalen
Riktor.
pulls out
Don't tell
some
lies.
And you're not.
Cast daylight. Throws it into the room.
You're not. Well, I presume you haven't made your character ugly, therefore they really wouldn't have cared. Also, you're a half elf, so they don't have to worry.
That's right, baby.
Anyway.
Mine seemed very.
Anyway, let's get past this. In the morning, though, as you're all the large group of you are having breakfast, Ewan comes up and says, "This letter came for you. It is addressed to the Covenant of Fire. I've heard that is the name you lot have taken to."
I'll take it. Yeah.
Opening the letter.
I'll read it out loud to everyone.
I'm
Looks like a pass on the
leaning
name.
back in a row. The girls are like feeding me grapes.
I don't think I'm there. I wouldn't be there. I couldn't handle it.
Well, you go to visit the house in the morning and you see a total of 9 women all sitting around the table in the main room, along with Samwell, Riktor, and Jack.
I'm wearing
8 women in
that
there.
approximates sunglasses at this point in time.
No. Technically, it's 8 women and 1 man.
Oh,
See the girls,
sorry.
like-
There we go.
Mine left.
No, technically it's 2 men.
Grapes.
2 men, 7 women, 2 men. 7 women, 2 men. There we go. So, and reading out the letter, it says, "The Covenant of Fire, the High Lord Marshal requests an audience with the Covenant of Fire, as they have become to known in recent days, at the fortress at 5 o'clock tomorrow.
Oh God, thank it's not today.
Yeah, I don't think you guys should have a meeting today at all. You know, I'll be outside. Gonna leave.
Girls know the Lord
Before
Marshal.
Marcus goes, I go, Marcus, there's something I need to say to you.
I'm not gonna let him touch me. I'm gonna move away.
Is he within staff's reach?
Make a dexterity saving throw, Marcus.
Oh Jesus!
What's your dexterity, Jacob? No, we're using a quarterstaff. So what's your strength?
Oh my God!
No,
I
he's
think I hit.
So
Yeah.
I have to clamber over the girls, and he just like, what does he do?
I start beating him on the back with the stick.
As you start running away, he just hits you a couple of times with the stick. You don't know what it was used for last night.
Okay, I'll see you all later. I'm gonna go buy acid.
Fair enough. All right, so you got this
As
next
he walks
day.
out, I just yell, "Keep your grubby mittens off my books!"
So I turned to one of the girls after this little exchange and say, have you girls ever had a visit from the Lord Marshal?
I'm not going to roleplay this. I'm not doing this.
You can't roleplay a girl?
No, I can't roleplay. I can't roleplay whatever you're doing.
Or 7 prostitutes at
I was
once.
trying to get information from people in the know.
If the Chancellor of the Executive
That's cool.
can write erotic literature, Alex, we can roleplay it.
Anyway, so investigating about
Came out wrong.
asking your knight companions about the Lord Marshal. None of them have any particularly useful or interesting information on the Lord Marshal. Some can describe his physical appearance and many similar things, but no,
I shoo mine away and go with my book.
nothing saying that suggesting that he would have visited. They would have visited him at any point. There we go.
But yeah, I'm gonna shoot mine away. Tell them to go back to work or whatever the hell they're
Fine,
doing.
confidentiality, is that right?
It is a sacred profession.
Indeed.
Anyway, so yeah, what do you do for the next 2 days?
Alex, the grimoire.
Yes,
What's in it?
a lot of different spells, although, unfortunately for you, some of them have been removed.
Fuck.
Wait, I thought the grimoire was the necromantic tome, wasn't it?
No,
I'm using the grimoire. A grimoire tends to be a book containing spells and arcane traditions, is how you usually
Okay.
describe a grimoire. So the one containing the spells is grimoire.
Gotcha.
Okay, let me just go have a look. Okay, so there appears to be a spell to create an alarm, one for charming a person, one for creating magical armor, summoning a magic missile,
It's
shield.
alright for now. If you can just give me if it's just full of spells, if you can just give me a list
Oh
of
yeah,
that after the
it's for
session,
this is just for, yeah. Okay, I'll give you after the session then.
just so I know which spells I can describe. I come downstairs bearing the tome. Start reading it by the fireplace.
Yeah. Ewan kind of goes and stocks up the fire. Okay. So yeah, like I said, next 2 days, you can read your book and describe some spells. We can work that out after the session. What you describe. Other than, of course,
Does
the things
Marcus
you've
come in and mention the fact that I'm looking at this tome?
I think he
Oh
just
yeah,
left.
so
I thought.
no. So eventually, after Nala and I finish sparring, we like walk inside, and I'm like gripping my chest, like, oh god, I think she literally broke my heart, and then will I see Jack reading the tome openly?
Yep. He by the fire. The one you
Okay.
gave away.
I'll deal with that later, and I'm just gonna go like lick my wounds. Lick my-
Okay, Alex, during that day when Marcus is seeing about the book, I'm going to go to the copyist and get a copy of the book made.
You didn't actually ask when you asked that. You didn't actually get the names. You just said no. You've done enough for now and left. If you want the forgers, sorry, not a copyist. A copyist you can easily
I don't-
find. An official
A
copyist.
copyist could do this.
Oh
Kind
yeah,
of
yeah,
work
yeah.
very
Sorry.
easily.
Yeah, when you said the copies, I thought you were referring to the ones when you talk to a contact. But yeah,
I don't need a forger.
So what are you getting copied?
This grimoire.
Okay, so copying the spells because they're not magical spells.
I don't need them to be copied magical. I don't need them to be scribed. I just need the words to be copied.
Okay. That's probably going to cost you because there's quite a lot of them, and some of them are a little complex. A reasonable amount of money when I just open.
I just want him to write the equivalent.
Oh yeah,
I don't need the magical enchantment.
Yeah, no, they're not going to be magically enchanted, but it's still, some of these spells and initial incantations are quite complex, and would take some time. So. Yeah. Yeah, so to get them all copied, to get it all copied like properly without making any mistakes, it says it'll cost you 40 gold pieces.
That's fine. How much would it cost also to get it put into a book that looks similar to this one? It's just a spell book, so it can't be hard to find the leather.
To make an accurate representation, probably another 10 gold on top of that.
So that'll be almost all of my gold used up.
Okay. Yeah, they say they'll have that done within the next couple of days.
That's fine.
Okay. So
I take it he needs me to leave the grimoire there.
Yes. So it is actually getting to the end of the session now, so I'm going to wrap up. If that's okay with everyone, unless anyone's got anything urgent they want to say.
Nope. I kill an orc.
What?
Okay.
Okay.
That's the entire there's more combat focused session.
Well, you guys all had so much stuff to do. Anyway, for those of you who've been watching, thank you for joining us. The following sessions are going to be probably containing more combat, I assume. And if you want to watch any more or anything else like this, Jacob runs a game I make called The Great Crusade, and I believe we're going to be having a new show on the channel as well. So check that out under all the rest of our videos. And the music, which actually I did not play, but I'll give them credit anyway, was by Kevin MacLeod and Vince Vept. There are links in the description below. And enjoy the rest of your days and evenings. And good night. Well, at least from my end.
Ciao.
Good night.